Glen Helen, ready for yet another day of horsepower theater. That's right, guys. It is race day Sunday. It is the culmination of the world's largest vet championship. Welcome, everybody, to the 41st annual W World Vet Motocross Championships. So happy you are along with us for this ride. My name's Jack Grappelli, and my broadcast partner Mark Tilley will be along with us. But right now, it is my pleasure to introduce from Team W, our great sponsor, the one and only Zane Anderson. Zane, thank you so much for being here. It's great to see some youth. We interviewed your dad yesterday. He's doing a tremendous job. We see you guys down there on the midway with these great wheels. And what everybody's telling us is keep an eye on Insane Zane because he is the future of this great company. Tell me a little bit about what it's been like hanging out here at the Vets and what you've been doing down there.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I've been coming out here for my whole entire life. Obviously, my grandfather, Tom White, was a big part of this event. So very grateful for Glen Helen as a whole. Obviously, my parents, John and Kristen, put on an amazing event with the staff of Glen Helen as well. So definitely a lot of memories coming out here and everything since I was a little grom, for sure.
That's so cool. Well, we really appreciate you being here. You have such a proud legacy with your company, and I know that every time I go down there to the Midway, everybody's asking about these wheels. I was just speaking with your father, and what a great product to have because everybody wants to make sure they're running the toughest wheels here at Glen Helen. When you come to a track this brutal, do you feel like you get even more questions or maybe more inquiries about how great your wheels are?
Yeah, definitely. I think that, Glen Helen's a perfect track. It's obviously one of the hardest, toughest tracks out here. And I think it really shows the durability of our wheels and stuff like that, as well as just you want something that you can trust, and we have the utmost trust in our vendors and everything like that. And so, yeah.
Well, Zane, we appreciate everything you do. And finally, I understand if you weren't busy enough, there's even another company coming. I may have to hit you up for some screen printing, I understand. Tell me a little bit about this.
Yeah, so we opened up a screen printing division. It's a division within W called the W Lab. Super cool. Basically, it's just a bunch of T-shirt printing. We could do hoodies, polos, everything to banners and flags as well we even offer. So it's super cool. Definitely, different than the wheel side of things, but definitely kind of another cool way to branch out and show the love for the moto industry.
Super cool. I love it. And the one other compliment I have to give you before you go is everybody patting you on the back because you are a master at social. You guys are on top of it with all your Instagram posts and everything you do out there. So where can people follow you and get more information about your great company?
Yeah, you guys can check us out on Instagram at WUSA. Our website's www.wusa.com. We're constantly updating that with new pictures, projects we're doing, and everything like that. But our main source is definitely Instagram. That's definitely our main outlook.
Zane, I appreciate it so much, man. Thanks a lot for stopping by. We know you're busy down there on the Midway. Guys, support those who support your sport. W, such an important part of this broadcast. There they are, right down on the Midway. They're probably like, where's Zane? We need Zane down here. We got some sales. Thank you very much, Zane. We really appreciate you stopping back. And again, guys, like I said, buy their product, simply say thank you, or just run their decals. Say, thank you, guys. It all started with the great Tom White, White Brothers. Everybody from a few years ago knows that name, and then they took the W in the last name of White and created the company W. And boy, they just continue to push to new heights. We continue to push to new heights because the injured, battered, and bruised, but not beaten down, Mark Tilley is in the booth. Thank you very much. 7 broken ribs, and he's still here with us. He is a warrior. Mark, how you feeling today? And more importantly, how's the United States feeling today? They got a chance to win this thing?
Yeah, you know what? I think they do. I'm not feeling too bad. I got some ibuprofen. The thing with Zane right there that you just did is awesome because Mark Moore and Tom White gave me my start as doing an announcing thing and put a microphone in front of me. And now we're seeing another generation, and I get to help with pushing him in front of a microphone. So it's great. He's got some natural ability right there. Like he can talk and no problem. I mean, social media is changing everything, but it's W doing a great job with all the stuff they're doing now with the W Lab, and it's just great to see, like you said, to start it with just seeing youth come in and another generation in the moto industry, and going to keep this going for a long time to come. And hopefully after both of us are sitting in wheelchairs just kind of hanging out talking about, hey, remember when we did that? So it's amazing. I was walking around the vendor area and seeing all the different vendors and everything like that. Like, this 3-day program, it seems like people are starting to like the 3-day program and doing of this stuff. So it's definitely a really cool thing. So, man, if you're not here and you haven't hung out at the W World Vet, yeah, we're showing you some of it, but there's even way more behind the scenes. So come on out next year.
No doubt about that. Well, guys, sit back, relax. We got a full day of racing action coming your way. But before we go any further, why don't we find out a little more about our friends from RD Suspension?
I'm here with Rob from RD Suspension. RD Suspension is the official and authorized service center and dealer for Olin Suspension. Olin's makes some super high quality, high tech stuff. We tested it on our KTM 450 not too long ago. We also are getting ready to test some Olin suspension on our KTM 85. So we're having fun doing some mini bike testing. But Rob, what does it mean for you to be partnered with a brand like Olin's?
You know, Olin's heritage goes way back 70s, 80s. It seemed like the old guys really know it, but today, not too many people know it. So we're really pushing the brand to have the younger guys know it and try it.
That's cool. And so tell us a little bit about the technology that you're holding, and I guess what sets Olin's apart from some of the other brands.
Yeah, for 2026, Olin's did some updates that we're doing in 2025. If you notice the spring perch here, it's closed down 50%. So now what we've been doing is putting inserts, and they've actually extended the spring perch, so now it's open 100% to have that for that chop in and out of a corner.
That's cool. And so with Glen Helen being one of the roughest and toughest tracks in the world, yesterday was extremely rough, and the track's only getting rougher as we speak right now. So what kind of stuff are people asking you, and how much are you able to help them here on the side of the track?
Yeah, Glen Helen is a different animal, and we have experienced that. It gets really choppy. We open up that compression, open it more, close down the rebound a little bit, so it's more compliant with the chop in and out of the corners and down the hills, and it just smooths it out a lot better.
That's cool. So we're excited to test Olin's on our KTM 85 coming soon, so stay tuned for that on motocrossactionmag.com. You can find Rob. He's always at Paula. He's here at Glen Helen sometimes. Yep, website as well?
Yes, we'll be there at Glen Helen. We're trying to get up here like twice a month to really test it out. But we're excited about it.
That's cool. RD Suspension, Olin Suspension, here at Glen Helen. Good stuff.
Thank you very much, Josh Mosman. We really appreciate it. And thank you to our friends at RD Suspension. We'll shout out all of our sponsors throughout this great broadcast as we get you set to go. Thanks for joining us here on the Motocross Action Magazine YouTube channel. Yesterday, if you're looking for any of the race, we were live on Dirt Bike Magazine YouTube, Racing Jack YouTube. Today, we're going to stay live with you all the way through. So kick those feet up, go get a snack, and get ready to enjoy some thrilling race action. You know, Melissa with the pink hair, she's ready to go, our talented flag woman out. Oh, it looks like she might have got roosted. Job hazards or hit with a bee or something. Be careful, Melissa. That pink hair in tough shape. There's the Glen Helen sign, the iconic and legendary version of the Hollywood sign here. And Mark, here's a big question. Here's what we need to keep an eye on. Italy leads the way. They won this thing 2 years ago. France is currently second. Brazil third. Canada, the defending champions, in fourth. New Zealand fifth. USA 2 is sixth. USA 1 seventh. So USA is going to have their work cut out for them today.
Which one of the USAs? Is that the Hawaiian USA or is that the because we got to see, because we know that Brian's motivated. Brian Medeiros, the MXA test rider, is motivated. He's got the entire MXA crew behind here. The one thing that is really cool about that is all three riders live on the islands, and that's the first time that they've ever been able to do that. Brian is kind of the pioneer or one of the latest pioneers of Hawaiian motocross. He's given back to the community, doing all that stuff. He's having a huge weekend this weekend with getting engaged and all kinds of stuff. So we kind of are joking around with that, but we got to see if that, we know that they're going to put it all out there. I think the wild card, you got to keep an eye on Brazil.
Yeah, for sure. They really, really had a strong showing. I mean, so much talent here from 20 different countries. And speaking of the leading USA team, you called it out yesterday. How about the crusty demons of the dirt legend on the plus 40 squad, Mike Metzger, out there showing he can still rip it.
It's back in the day, I did a couple endurance races here at Glen Helen with Mike and Benny Breck, actually, who is right there, number 17 that we're seeing on the line. That's test rider Jared Hicks on our 300 project, and then Benny Breck will be down there. Looks like Blaine Thompson. But, yeah, having Metzger out here is just a cool thing. I mean, he's doing tattoos up in Big Bear and doing stuff with his kids and stuff like that. He came out a couple weeks ago and was testing a Covey 450 motorcycle. So it's great to see all of those guys just kind of throwing it down. So, and it looks like this 30 Pro class is going to be stacked. I mean, got Alex Ray, Jared Hicks, Cody Brownfield, Andrew Lower, Juan Pedro Cordovez. So, I mean, lots of people from a lot of different places. So it's definitely a cool thing to see. And then we have the Pasha 125 races. We have the World Cup. Like, there is so much going on. Yesterday, they gave a Lifetime Achievement Award to Keith McCarty. If you want to see a little bit more about that, Travis Fant, our video production guy from Dirt Bike Magazine, did a full interview and all kinds of stuff with Keith and people talking about it. Zapata Espinoza did an amazing job stepping up for us, huge, to kind of narrate the whole thing. And that's on our YouTube channel right now, along with that first Pasha 30 plus 125 moto. And then on the Racing Jack YouTube channel with the 50 plus first moto. And then watch it all from yesterday for the rest of the day on Motocross Action's YouTube channel. And so it sounds like we're going to do a parade lap for these guys, the premier class.
Yeah, that's what's going on right now. As I know, I talked to the very talented Disco down there moments ago. I was on the starting line, and he was telling me that this track's in great shape. They were making some small refinements this morning in some of the motos that they were running, but they're very, very happy with it. Moments ago, you saw the shot of the young man watering the racetrack. Where do they get the water from out here?
I don't know. I think it's on a well system, because they do have it to where it's actually kind of to the right of what we're looking at right now behind us.
Okay.
That they have where the water comes in, and I think it's Glen Helen itself is part of the whole Glen Helen Pavilion. Mm-hmm. So on the other side, they have to the right of where we're looking right now. There is where they hold concerts and have Renaissance pleasure fairs and all kinds of stuff. So. There's always something going on here. I mean, let alone on this side to where they have Pee-wee tracks, truck tracks, vet tracks, national tracks. They have off-road races. Some of the stuff that you see, like up top where there is the water tower next to the flag.
I love it.
You go up on those ridges for the endurance races.
Is it true the core UTV series is going to be stopping here possibly, Glen Helen?
You know what? I heard about that, and I heard our boy Trevor Hawking had a lot to do with that, and that. Yeah, so right there, all of that stuff is...
Wow.
They use that in off-road events.
Yeah, that's what we run NGPC, right? That's where Dante Oliveira went down this year and lost the only race he lost this year.
Yeah, so there's a lot more stuff that goes on here. Like you said, the core UTV series coming here with... it's brand new. And they have a full truck facility on the property. We get to run it sometimes for SRA Grand Prix and NGPC stuff, so... There's the what I mentioned. That's the pavilion on the other side. You can see it off the 15 freeway where the 15 and the 215 come together. But all of those trails you see, we get to ride at some point in time.
It's amazing.
Whether or not we can water or whatever. But yeah, there's huge concerts that are back there. There's actually the Sheriff PRC Rodeo, or I'm doing it wrong, but there's over on the other side of that pavilion. So lots of stuff going on here, and then now we're back on the other side, and this drone footage that's amazing that we're able to bring this to you guys. But now back on the national track, and this track also designed by Dennis Stapleton, a longtime MXA test rider, designed by Dennis Stapleton. He got to race it a little bit. Dennis is a very busy young man at his young age of somewhere in the 40s. But so Dennis helping design the course with Jody Weisel, longtime running editor of Motocross Action, and Jody, Daryl, Josh, the entire crew, Trevor Nelson, the videographer, the entire crew at Motocross Action is on the premises and making things happen. So if you see those guys, thank them for the for bringing this, and then all L&M Productions. Bud Feldkamp is the driving force behind that, but lots of really good things going on right now. We're behind Blaine Thompson on his fastback Fast House-backed KTM 450, I believe. So Blaine's going to be one of the front runners, but lots of stuff going on here.
No doubt about it, guys. So, as I said, sit back, relax. We saw some great racing yesterday. Mike Alessi drifting into your screen. There is the 800. He was the big winner yesterday. Mr. Hole Shot, living up to his name. 2 hole shots from ASV Inventions, and boy, he looks good. He does not look like he has lost a step at all. So nice to see riders of all different ages. I was in the museum this morning. There's a gentleman 82 years young collecting his plaque with his entire family. He actually won some Moto socks. They got all kind of different prizes they give you after you collect your plaque, and I just thought that was awesome. 82 years old. What did I say all day yesterday? If you guys didn't hear me, you don't quit riding motorcycles because you get old.
You get old because you quit riding motorcycles.
Thank you, Mark Tilley. I agree. Amen.
And it's definitely true.
Amen. Keep it twisted.
The more you keep going, the more you're motivated, the more smiles there are. There is those opportunities to have a get off and be off for a little while, but a forced break is never a bad thing.
Yeah, and what you just pointed out, too, is one of my favorite things. I love the trail ride. That's my favorite thing in the world. I learned a long time ago when I spent most of my motocross career on the ground that I wasn't going to be the next Ricky Carmichael, and I still love dirt bikes, though. So trail riding is what a wonderful exercise. It's a mental workout. It's a physical workout. It's so much fun to just get around a group of guys, talk about bikes, work on bikes, race bikes. I say guys, too. We got some fast ladies out there. It seems like there's more and more female motorcycle riders everywhere I look. Not exactly sure what to attribute that to, but I think it's great for the industry.
Yeah, no, it's definitely we get to see some of the fastest women on motorcycles in the NGPC series that we cover with Ava and Moto KK and the group of women that they've brought with them. So I'm all about it. I'm all about the electric bikes. I'm all about just about anything that gets people on 2 wheels to get out here and racing. And like you said, I enjoy racing motorcycles, and especially when my kids are with me and stuff like that. But man, there's nothing like going out, especially after a rain and a good dirt, just going out for a trail ride. Like, there's you have so much fun. So even if you're not racing, get on 2 wheels and go ride a dirt bike.
Well, this might sound silly to some people, but I know it doesn't sound silly to you because you love motorcycles like I do and a lot of people watching do. But, they talk about a runner's high. I don't know if there's anything greater in life than the post-moto high. Going out, riding your dirt bike, getting the sweat going, getting that adrenaline going, getting those endorphins going, and then just sitting back like, wow, yeah, we did it today. We had fun.
Yeah, no, and there isn't. And when you have a group of buddies that do it with you, it keeps you in shape. It keeps you motivated. It keeps you wanting to open your eyes. And again, just going out and trail riding. 2 of my buddies that were right there, number 17, Jared Hicks, who's a test rider for us. And then that is Mr. Smashburger. That was Miguel Anderson, who was there. And those guys helping each other out and doing stuff. The camaraderie that comes with this is just awesome. And I'm always a huge advocate of families that play together stay together.
Amen. So, speaking of that, we got one right in front of us right now in the red shirt. That's the aforementioned Disco. He's a huge help here at Glen Helen. His lovely daughter, Savannah, next to him. I talked to him about Savannah today. He said she's been doing this since she's 12 years old. Funny story about Savannah, too, is she said she tried wearing cowboy boots, having a little fun with it, being like a Monster Energy girl, and then she said, I can't get out of the way quick enough. And I said, I wouldn't want to wear cowboy boots either. I'd want to haul butt out of there as quick as I could with 40 motorcycles coming at me.
Yeah, definitely. That's it's not a fun thing. It looks like A-Ray finally showing up for his moto. It looks like he might not have done the parade lap, but we're going to have to talk to his boss, Don Miet, over there at Swap Moto.
I know what got him late. Yeah. I think a lot of people celebrating that epic Dodgers win yesterday. That thing was like a movie. Congratulations, SoCal. I know they're going nuts as we get ready to go. Dodgers tasted victory yesterday. Who will taste victory today? We're about ready to crown some champions. Savannah's got the 30-second card up. She's got those Chuck Taylors ready to run off this course as fast as she can, and then it will be 320 feet into 45-degree banking. Hole shot, hole shot, hole shot. Here we go. Who will get it? Look at this.
Brian Medeiros on that KX 450. Look at that.
Medeiros out in front. Give it the team green. Wow.
That looks like Justin McDonald, who is the 40 champ from this year. He's able to best Chris Kiefer. in second. Alessi right there in third.
How about Mr. Holshot not getting it? I guess that's the big story.
Yeah.
It's rare to see that happen, but Alessi working his way back up. He was 1-1 on the day yesterday. As we continue on, it is 30-plus Pro Moto 1. As we welcome you back to the 41st Annual W World Vet Motocross Championships, we will have a winning country by day's end here from beautiful Southern California. We roost down 35 stories, the incredible elevation. Watch this turn, too. This caused a lot of problems yesterday. We saw some guys go down inside, outside. There's different options. Tilly, what do you like there, inside or outside?
You know what? It all kind of depends on how it. I usually go to the outside because I try to go as fast as I can down the hill, and it forces you to the outside. But yeah, there is lots of stuff. Those lines come together right there. It looks like Alessi's going to go underneath McDonald right now. Can he close on? No, he can't.
Wow. Shades of Alessi versus Bubba Stewart.
Yeah,
Here, many years to go.
Oh, and then he goes back to the inside.
Alessi got him that time. Will it stick? Will it stick? That's the question. Alessi knows he's got to get up there before Medeiros gets too far away. He's been unstoppable this weekend as well. But Alessi looking smooth, looking fast. Talked to him on the podium yesterday. He's getting ready for 2 international trips. He'll be racing in Finland soon. Very, very busy. Young man. I call him a young man, 37 years young. Might be somewhat old for this sport, but he's the young man here this weekend.
Well, and like he was saying yesterday on the podium, he's traveling with his family.
Let's take another look at this pass. Alessi set him up perfectly, took the inside line. Mark, when you see racecraft like that, gamesmanship like that, how many corners do you think Alessi was setting him up?
I would say coming down the hill, coming underneath the bridge. He was kind of seeing where he's at. He went to one side and he couldn't get him, so he kind of chopped the throttle and scrubbed it a little bit and came back to the inside and made that pass. And that's a veteran move by somebody who's been at the elite level and been able to do that. So, McDonald's not. And it looks like number 133 making the pass on McDonald. So McDonald going the back, going backwards right now. So it's definitely a great pass for a great shot to see that pass. So
and it looks like Medeiros' transponder may not be working based on our live timing scoring. He is out in front in the Kawasaki. Alessi currently running second right now. We'll see if Alessi can reel him in. But a nice lead right now for the Kawasaki as he heads back into Talladega Turn. What a beautiful Sunday for racing. Let's take another look.
And he didn't break. He just went around the outside, and it's nice. It's early in the event. Man, he landed flat. He almost doubled that.
Man,
he wanted to make that pass work. And I believe that's rider number 133, Dominic Desmond, out of Moreno Valley, California, on his KTM. So, man, only the second lap, but Medeiros putting the power to the ground on that KX450. And I know that he said he's definitely doing a lot this weekend with getting engaged and doing all. We're going to see the difference.
Hill.
So I take the outside so that I can ride around the outside and keep my momentum up. And go from there. So, but it looks like they're about the same speed. Alessi not out front and not the normal kind of run away and hide things. So Medeiros having a little bit of ground between everybody. So it's definitely a different way of looking. But yeah, so got live timing and scoring now set up. So it's Medeiros, Alessi, DeBose, McDonald, and let's find out who number 134 is. I believe that is Fernandez, and he's all the way from Brazil. I think he's on one of the Brazil World Cup teams.
Medeiros opening up a big lead, followed closely by Alessi, De Simone, McDonald, Fernandez, your top 5 here as we continue to send them through. It is lap number 2. I believe it'll be about 8 laps. 15 plus 1 is what we were doing yesterday. I think we were running about, 3-minute lap times is what they were running roughly. We'll see what they run today. The track has got to be, I just think this is the best racetrack you're going to see, which is why these morning sessions are some of our most competitive and fastest races of the day.
Well, yeah, and this is definitely going to be the best that they see the track, because they're going to see the track now and then see it now when they come back. It's going to be a lot later in the day, and there's going to be lots more motos that have gone through. So this is epic compared to what they're going to see later on today. So it's definitely nice to have this, but they're not going to ever see this again.
And here comes the 201 of Justin McDonald, stalking, lurking, trying to make a move. He goes to the outside. Fernandez looks back out of Team Brazil. That Honda giving chase. We got ourselves battles all around this racetrack here this morning. The Honda closing in. What's he got up his sleeve? One thing I love about Glen Helen, and you can speak to this, Mark, too, is how much room there is to pass. There's so many opportunities.
Yeah.
We see so many one-line racetracks from time to time. This is certainly not one of them.
Yeah, no, there's passing opportunities everywhere. Even this year, they brought Talladega down a little bit more. Usually you have to go up a little bit higher, but they brought Talladega down a little bit more. But, yeah, having passing opportunities is a great thing. Like the second place battle looks like it is. It's shaping up here, and that's Des Moines and Alessi going at it. Alessi might be tired. He's done a few motos this weekend.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you too. Yesterday on the Porsche 125, is that a 450 that he's on here today?
Yeah, it looks like he's on a Honda 450, and that might have something to do with the
oh, look at this
Moto concept.
Head of steam. Here comes Dominique trying to get around Mr. Holshot. We're going 35 stories up Mount St. Glen Helen. Alessi, a fistful of throttle, giving it everything he's got. Now Alessi, the prey. Once the hunter in this moto, he is in the sights of Dominique De Simone from Moreno Valley, California.
Well, I'm impressed with Medeiros out front. He spends a lot of time testing here, but he's kind of risen to the occasion, taking it to another level.
He's checking out.
Alessi usually is the kind of guy that moves forward most. He's a charger, a hard charger, but DeMotte is giving him everything he can handle right now, and it's not letting him concentrate forward. So if Brian can get out and stay out front and build that confidence a little bit, might be able to get this win. And I mean, it is a two-moto format. We have two motors in this. Alessi could kind of look at it and say, second's as good as the first, and then come out really strong for moto number 2. But, man, giving Medeiros any kind of confidence, especially here, it's a home track. He's got his entire MXA crew behind him. Yeah, it's kind of dangerous to give a man that much confidence, that's for sure.
Medeiros putting on a clinic. Number 50 with his team green Kawasaki. Flying very, very smooth here this morning. Got to ask you this, too, Mark, that Alessi, certainly the consummate professional, tons of experience, tons of laps, but even for a guy like him, could it throw you off jumping back and forth between a 450 and a 125 like he was here this weekend? Or is that something just as soon as you get on that bike, you're going to be right at home and know what you got to do?
No, there's a lot of stuff that you got to kind of come with and make it to where there is those, kind of transitioning back and forth. It is tough. These guys are all good enough to where they can do it fairly quickly, but, I think he flew in from Florida. And
to the outside. We've seen this pass work once before. No, Alessi blocks him.
He flew in from Florida, so there might be some jet lag. He's raced 125s the last couple days. First moto of this. The track is really fast right now. Not a lot of bumps to separate people from, but, man, he's... They're at his age, it might be something to where that's coming in, and it looks like he goes by on the inside.
To the inside, but Alessi counters right back. We got ourselves a battle. What's Alessi got up his sleeve? Back to the inside. We've watched the lead change several times. Alessi holds him off. Alessi now with the block. Very astute veteran racer. But he knows Dominique is on his tail, and he's going to have to contend with this for another 3-4 laps.
Yeah, and that right there is experience. Like that's awesome to see.
Didn't panic at all, did he?
Yeah, that's experience. He was braking early, braking late, blocking. It seems like he's pretty. And it looks like we might have a replay.
Let's take another look at this. How often do we see a rider get passed and then that's it? Just gets gapped. Alessi fights right back, uses great poise, great patience,
back to the
line
inside,
choice.
Across all the ruts. Like that right there is, that's amazing footage that we get to see that, but and then you get to see a replay this fast. So, but yeah, that's definitely a really cool thing. Alessi with that, experience, and I'd rather be experienced and make it to where you can make those kind of moves and make that happen. But man, that footage was amazing.
Yeah,
So,
tremendous camera work by our LNN media team, and big shout out to our MVP, James Burtock, bringing us that replay. Thank you, James. Great
and
job.
That's allowed Medeiros to pull out even more. So the MXA crew, definitely those orange helmets. There's lots of smiles under all the orange helmets right now. So Brian really representing. He's got it on the MXA YouTube channel. He's got all the MXA crew here, and he's going. He's putting on a clinic for these guys. So stepping up, having a huge weekend so far. Hopefully he can hold on to this and take away the first moto win. But man, he's looking great.
Making the boys from Kawasaki proud too. We saw a lot of Yamaha dominance yesterday, but we are starting off Team Green. There goes the halfway signal. Here it is, lap number 4. It'll be an 8-lap affair. Now, take me inside the mind of Alessi. You're only halfway. You've got somebody on your tail who is really putting a lot of pressure on you. What's the strategy there? What are you doing? What are you telling yourself mentally?
You're wanting him to stop so you can kind of focus forward. But, it is one of those, hey, I got to put that behind me. I can't race behind me. I can't win a race by racing behind me, and I got to move forward. And Brian's making that really hard to make any kind of ground on him, and you can see Brian's coming back the other way. Alessi's going that way. He can see that, and then he can see every time that Des Moines puts in a wheel on him, and so all that's playing in. It depends on where he's at mentally right now. I know somebody like Alessi's probably looking at it going, okay, halfway, it's time to put the hammer down. It's time to go. If he can get a little bit more distance in between him and third place, he won't think about that anymore, and all he'll be thinking about is going forward. And I think that's kind of what's going to happen here. If he can make that play and start finding his lines and executing his laps, he definitely can move forward. So, and it looks like he is getting a little bit of a gap. Des Moines might be getting a little bit tired. Again, this is 40 Pro class. Mr. McDonald coming down, going underneath the Yamaha bridge, and riding around in 4th, I believe, overall in Moto number 1. But man, he was flying in the 40 class, and then even in some of the expert classes that we watched him in yesterday, he's got a lot of riding going on, and he says he's having fun. And I think says this is his last year in the. Oh no, that was he did do the 40 class this year. So yeah, he's definitely doing the Blaine Thompson coming into play right there on his Fast House backed KTM. But yeah, it looks like Alessi's kind of pulling away. I think he's setting his sights on Brian, and if he can get that toe and bridge that gap, it's going to be pretty good.
We are 5 laps into our opening moto today here on the Motocross Action YouTube channel. It is 30 plus Pro Moto 1, part of the 41st W World Vet Motocross Championship here from legendary Glen Helen Raceway track in fantastic conditions. So many storylines to talk about today, and we will keep you abreast of everything. Right now, Medeiros leading the 800 to Mike Alessi. Mike Alessi looks back, and that could speak to what Mark was saying about fatigue creeping up on the 37-year-old. It certainly gets a little harder as we do get older, but these athletes putting in the time in the gym, on the cycle, and on the practice bikes, keeping their conditioning up. There's the 201 of Justin McDonald, who has shown he has the speed to run up front at any given moment here today. We'll see if he can keep that up. May have drifted back just a little bit. He's still got time to improve his standing. And the big standing that we're keeping an eye on is, does USA have enough time to catch up here today? Bryce Huffman and Chappie Veen and company are going to try to move USA up. Right now, Italy in pole position after a very, very successful Saturday. And they don't even have our good friend Giacomo Redondi, who we got to send well wishes to. He unfortunately went down. A lot of people, unfortunately, healing up this time of year. I told you we're missing our good buddy Mike Brown. You have to send Brownie a text. I'm sure he's watching from Tennessee. He normally wins just a ton of motos at this event. But unfortunately, Mike recovering. How is Mike doing? Have you talked to him?
I've texted him back and forth a little bit. Andy White from FXR gives me updates on how he's doing and what's going on. He's walking. A lot of people were wondering if he was ever going to walk again.
Wow.
And so he's walking around. He's still doing his stuff, all of his duties at Triumph. But yeah, you can't count out Mike Brown. He's a legend. he'll be back. I can't wait to have him washing bikes and prepping his bikes at my house before these events. But on board with basically on the back of Blaine Thompson right now, the crew at Fast House doing huge. They're going to have an event here, later on in the month with Day in the Dirt. Kenny Alexander and the entire crew behind Blaine, been behind Blaine for a really long time. I know that Blaine's not riding as much as he used to. He's started a construction company in Utah. So he's going back and forth between here and Utah. So nice to see him out there. Nice to see him racing. I believe that Collier's even, and I'm thinking that is the Sean Collier, the legendary Sean Collier.
Oh, yeah.
Right there. That's who we're seeing on a YZ450. But Sean Collier, known for riding the mighty beast, the KX500, and coming out to these events, and crazy talented guy. Like Metzger, I think one time we might have all ridden together, or maybe in my old age, that's all coming together. But doing lots of endurance races with Sean, and when he was racing nationals and doing that kind of stuff. So it's great to see. He's my age. He's late 40s, I believe, or maybe early 40s. So running with the kids, having some fun, and it's kind of cool. Sean Collier's son, Damon, and my son, Jacob, are now actually racing together and riding together on the track. I got a picture of them at one of the events with both of them. And I was like, kind of text Sean like, hey, when did we get old? So
you blink and it happens, right?
Exactly. But great racing action, great racing coverage. The whole L&M media crew with Kennard at the helm of it, kind of showing everybody getting these race shots. I mean, the amount of passes that we've been able to see on the two live feeds all weekend long are pretty amazing. So
they just keep getting bigger and better. Big shout out to Kelly McGuire on audio, the musician, the talent that we have here. Cousin of Glenn Fry of the Eagles fame, late great Glenn Fry.
Yeah,
he was singing "Take It Easy" for us yesterday.
Exactly.
How about that?
Local legend on the bar scene around Redlands and Temecula. Ron Lawson, the great editor of Dirt Bike Magazine, telling me I need to come out and see him and kind of go there. So lots of stuff going on. Lots of talented people behind the scenes making this happen. Anticipating the fine smash burgers later on, lunch being catered by the crew at Smash Burgers. So Alex Ray, the retired professional motocross rider, out here keeping it alive for Kickstart Kenny on the Suzuki. But I believe that is a Swap Moto live backed RMZ 450, and O'Neill making it happen. So I think Alex is running inside the top 10, running a strong 7th right now. So
are you guys still doing the Dirt Bike Magazine event that you normally do out here, that you invited me to a couple years ago? You still doing that as well?
Ride Day.
We
do the Dirt Bike Magazine, and it's actually done with Motocross Action. We're actually trying to figure out, we're also busy with live streams and stuff that we got going on, that we're trying to figure out a good time of year to have it. This last year we had it around A1, but there's actually the AIM show, the product show the week of, and so we're trying to figure out what works best for everybody to get out here and ride and get them out of the office and have some fun. But man, lots of racing action right here.
Oh yeah,
I believe that's McCool, who we've seen on a 125 and racing, and so I believe that would be right around the Musket McCool Jared Hicks battle going on.
We are headed towards the white flag. Medeiros continues to have a commanding stamp on this race. Alessi holding off D. Simone, but look at all of this traffic right now, battling down this hill. We talked about how some of these top pros, some of these talented racers attack the downhill. Right now, you're taking a look at the 335 out there, really moving at a nice pace. That is Jeremy McCool out of 29 Palms, California. He's in the mix with Justin Musket of Riverbank, California, and also our good friend Juan, who I do believe is representing Team Brazil out there. Bar to bar we go as it gets congested. White flag coming out soon. There it is. Melissa waves the white for Medeiros. We'll show you the gap right now. Let's see what type of lead Alessi has been able to mount. It looks like he got pretty comfortable. The rest of the competition may have faded back a little bit, and Alessi might have done just what you said and kicked it up a gear at the halfway mark. So kudos to him.
Yeah, no, I think all Medeiros has to do is kind of hit his marks on this last lap, and I think he's got it. He's a pretty impressive ride to see what he's doing, and again, the pride of the Motocross Action Wrecking Crew for today. Josh Mosman is usually the guy out there, but yeah, he's got a comfortable lead, and he's held that gap. You got to manage it from the front, so I can't wait to see how excited Brian is on the podium because this is an amazing ride. This I might not have ever seen him ride any better than what he's riding right now. I mean, to keep a legend like Alessi at bay, he must be on a high from that proposal earlier this weekend. So he's going out and making it all happen. He's never going to forget this WVET World Championships, that's for sure. And I think this is the first year that he's eligible to compete in this VET World Championship. So, man, making that KX450 gear, brand new FXR 2026 FXR gear, and that orange MXA helmet is shining right now.
The newly engaged Medeiros flying around. He might also know he has got to make some money now. Huh? He's got to pay for that engagement ring and the wedding and a whole bunch of other stuff. So big shout out to him. But Medeiros putting on a clinic. Look at Glen Helen, just in beautiful shape here today. San Bernardino, California. We are having a great time. Over 1,400 entries. Over 20 countries, jam-packing this place, filling it up. Thanks to all the great sponsors. Again, support those who support your sport. It starts with W, Arc Levers, ASV Inventions, CC Motorsports, Fun Bike Center, IWC Motorsports, Tire Pro, RD Suspension, CD, Shoei, Temecula Motorsports, Pro Circuit, Yamaha, and Pasha Racing are great sponsors on board. And, of course, Bud Feldkamp, who we talked to yesterday. Hopefully we'll get to talk to Bud today. He already told us that Moto Fest is on next year. Of course, the Two-Stroke Nationals on next year. I'm sure NGPC will be back, and I love it because that's 4 opportunities to come to Glen Helen. I'll take every chance I can come to this great facility.
Yeah, that's sometimes that's a day or that's a week for me.
Yeah, it sure is.
Because I'm here so often working with. Man, this is an amazing race, amazing right off the start, leading start to finish, making it look easy. Brian Medeiros from Motocross Action Testing Crew, taking Moto #1 with the win.
Medeiros takes the checker. Alessi trying to hold on to second. Well, we didn't have a last minute change there, did we? No, there it is. Okay, Mr. Whole Shot 800 takes second. Dominique DeSimone third place. We'll see if Justin McDonald in that Honda that was really charging around here quick in the opening stages hangs on to fourth. Yes, he does. Blaine Thompson trying to come home on the KTM with a 5th place finish. It looks like he has done just that. Amazing how this field is really spaced out. Blaine better be careful, though, because Sean Collier hunting him down. Sean's been on the move. Blaine going to take 5th, but look at Collier. He really picked it up at the end on that Yamaha, bringing home a 6th. Where's the Suzuki of Alex Ray?
The Fast House crew's got to be happy with both of those young guys that they're able to make it work. It looks like this is Alex Ray on that RMZ coming across. So Swap Moto Live represented here at the 2025 WVET World Championships with Alex Ray and making it look easy.
Jeremy McCall and Justin Musket still ready to cross the line. Let's give you our unofficial results brought to you by IWC Motorsports Tire Pros. Aforementioned Team Green Rider on USA #3. It is Brian Medeiros taking home the win. Second place, great run for Mike Alessi, Mr. Whole Shot, only 8 seconds behind. Dominique DeSimone coming in third. Justin McDonald, Blaine Thompson, Sean Collier, Alex Ray rounding out your field. We'll be back, guys. We're just getting started here. Much more coming from San Bernardino, California. Glen Helen, the 41st annual W World Vet Motocross Championship will return right after this. The 41st W World Vet Motocross Championship, brought to you by Arc Levers, ASV Inventions, and by CC Motorsports. Welcome back, everybody, to the 41st Annual W World Vet Motocross Championship. Jack Corpella, Mark Tilley here with you. We just watched 30-plus Pro Moto 1. What a show they put on. In just a few moments, we're going to talk to our podium finishers as we get you set for a lot more racing action today. From what I understand, we're going to see World Cup Moto 1 and 2 in just a little bit. But before we go any further, let's send it down to our own Josh Mosman. He's got our winner.
The 30-plus Pro Class is the premier event, the highest level of racing we have at the World Vet Championships, and Brian Medeiros wins Moto number 1. We talked to him yesterday. He was second in the Pasha over 30 150 Open Class, and he was also first in the World Cup race, but now he's first after Moto 1 of the 30-plus Pro Class. Like I said, the premier class. What does it feel like to accomplish this feat, man?
Man, it's awesome. I've been watching Mike ever since I was a little kid, and always wanted to get up to that level, but just late start coming over here at 18 years old and $500 and a dirt bike, and to really put in the effort this year and get a bike early, set up a 450 for my size. It's hard for me to just jump on one and ride it at that pace, but my bike's working really good right now. XPR has my motor absolutely dialed in for that start. It just feels unreal. I've always, wanted to win a big event and could never do it until today. So even though it's just Moto 1, it still feels like I won the whole dang thing.
Pretty dang cool. I'm so proud of this guy. He's riding the best I've ever seen, and I've seen this guy extremely fast. So, Brian Medeiros, congratulations. Team MXA, that's a check mark for us. We're stoked to see you up here. Tell us a little bit about your story, though. You're running a different number this weekend than what you normally run, 934. Yeah,
so I'm running number 50 in honor of my fiance's dad who passed away. He rode and raced here and always talked about Glen Helen, and I wanted to put that number 50 on the top step of the podium, and it's a very emotional time, but the last 2 laps I was like, I'm not giving up. I'm winning this moto.
That's awesome. Whole shot check, and it was a battle though. You had to Mike closed a little bit, then you pulled, and then he closed again, and then you pulled. So tell us about the mental strategy. It's a long moto. We were just waiting for that white flag to come out.
Yeah, I saw halfway, and I started to tense up a bit, starting to overthink, and then I really just relied on the many laps that I've rode with you, and a couple laps after the halfway, I'm like, well, what would J-Mo do? And J-Mo would go here, so I went there. And it was just awesome. Really found the flow the last 2 laps, and man, I was having a blast.
That's awesome. Well, that's our guy, MXA's Brian Medeiros. Moto 1, check mark, got the victory. Moto 2 is up next. Looking forward to it, bro.
And thank you to everybody. First of all, thank you to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for keeping us safe and paying the ultimate price. MXA, you, Josh, Jody, Trevor, everybody behind the scenes that puts in so much work into this magazine. Glen Helen for putting on an awesome event. Looking forward to Moto 2. Thank you to XPR, Steel Core, Shield Arms, everybody on the list that helped me out from day one of being here. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Brian Medeiros, you guys, Moto 1 winner.
Thanks so much, Josh Mosman, and congratulations. Yes, how appropriate for the motocross action team out there. They've got to be pumped over that one, Mark.
Yeah, no, it's great to see. I get to see Brian out here testing all the time and doing that kind of stuff, and having an amazing weekend that he's never going to forget, and getting out there and running with all those guys, and again, bringing it to you, Motocross Action Live, bringing it to you, and definitely lots of good stuff. And it sounds like we got Josh Mosman with Mike Alessi, so let's go back down to the podium and see what he has to say.
Here we have it, Mike Alessi, second place in the first Open over 30 Pro Moto. Mike, first of all, thank you for coming to this race. Having Mike Alessi at the World Vet Championships here at Glen Helen raises the bar for this event. It also raises the bar for Brian Medeiros. We talked about him. You mentioned it. I mentioned it. He's riding. That was the best we've ever seen out of Brian Medeiros. But if it wasn't for Mike Alessi on the track, it wouldn't mean as much. So we appreciate you being here. Thanks for coming. Thanks for doing it. And how was it from your perspective?
Like I said, first and foremost, Brian, that was the best I've ever seen Brian ride, if ever. That was super good of him. He was riding super good. And I got about a third or fourth place start. Just kind of didn't really go nowhere. I got to second, And then I was just kind of tailing Brian, but he was just riding good.
Yeah, it looked like it was a little bit of cat and mouse. You would catch him for a couple laps, and then he would pull, and then you caught him again at the end, made a push, and then the last 2 laps he pulled away a little bit. So mentally, what's going through your head? How much time do you have on this Honda 450, and how's that going?
0. I mean, I literally just flew in Thursday night, did a couple of practice laps Friday for the practice before the racing started, and then straight to today. So, yes, like it's no excuse. It's on me, but I did the best that I could, and second was what I had.
Yeah, and you were off for a while with a broken leg. How long was that?
Yeah, I broke my femur back in March. So yeah, it's I think 6 months now. So yeah, I feel good, feel strong.
Nice.
So let's try to do a little bit better in the second moto.
Well, he was on top yesterday in the Pasha 150 Open class, $2,500 in his pocket thanks to Pasha, and now Moto 2, Moto 1. Doesn't matter, though. Moto 2 is where it all settles the score. So looking forward to seeing Mike and Brian battle it out in Moto 2.
Thank you very much, Josh Mosman. And yes, indeed, we will see if Mike Alessi can get the win here in Moto number 2. He knows he's got some tall work ahead of him to try to stop Medeiros because he has been the class of the field so far this weekend. I understand Josh has the rest of our podium down there. Let's send it down to Josh Mosman.
Another Glen Helen local who is picking up the pace, Dominic DeSimone. It's impressive to watch you ride, dude. You've been making steps forward every single year. You now have your facility, your own training facility, your own track at your house, the We1 training facility. And ever since you opened that track and started doing practice on Wednesdays and started just having gnarly ruts in your backyard, you've grown every single year, making steps further and further up the board. And today you're pushing on Mike Alessi. So how does that feel?
Feels pretty good. Basically, at this point, I'm just trying to maintain. I'm hoping the track makes an improvement. It's a lot of work, and other people say so, so that's good. Thank you. Yeah, we made a move on Mike Alessi. Kind of hate to do that. I mean, he was my idol growing up. I mean, I love those dudes. And but I had to make the little inside pass, and we were getting close, and all of a sudden that KTM clutch just started fading a little bit. I'm like, no, what's going on with this thing? Yeah. It's KTM. It don't do that. Yeah. And then I started doing practice day and got a little tired, just no clutch corners. But it was fun. I think we got some. Hopefully, we can get something squared away for second moto.
Nice. Let's get a clutch on that thing, huh?
It's brand new clutch just last night. So we're gonna double check my work, make sure he did it all right, and maybe it's just air bubble or something.
Yeah. Hopefully, get it bled.
Yeah, I hope so.
All right. Well, Dominic DeSimone, you passed Mike, but then he got you right back, right?
Yep. Yes, he did. He got me back, and I was kind of like, shoot, I don't know if I should be doing that to my bud Mike.
All right. Well, super impressive. Great job out there, Dominic. Anybody you want to thank for this Moto 1 podium?
Oh, yeah. We1 Racing for sure. Canvas, 100%. ASV, Pasha. Shoot. A lot of other names and the rest. I got kind of mind boggled right now.
What about your dad?
Yeah, my dad for sure. My dad and Tamara. All them. Yeah, we're We1. No I in team.
Yeah, I like it. Good stuff. We1 training facility. Check them out on Instagram if you want to go ride there. And great job, Dominic. Looking forward to seeing what you can do in the next one because you were pushing them the whole time. So great job.
We're going to rest up. We're going to go for that win. I'm guaranteed.
I like it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
That's right. Rest up, get some Gatorade, make those adjustments because we'll see who can do it in the next Moto. We've also got World Cup Moto 1 and 2 on the horizon. Stay with us, guys. The World Vet Motocross Championships will be back right after this. The 41st W World Vet Motocross Championship, brought to you by Fun Bike Center, IWC Motorsports Tire Pros, and by RD Suspension.
Ladies and gentlemen, go wild. Big Cali gets it done.
We welcome you back. What a gorgeous day for racing as you look at the scenic backdrop here, San Bernardino, California, the house that Bud Feldkamp built. Great day for racing. We got both motos coming up for the World Cup. And Mark, this World Cup just means so much to these countries, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, they're literally coming from all over the world to be able to do this, and to be able to show it live and show the different countries that are battling for it. I mean, this is what people wait around or train for all year long.
Well, let's take you to World Cup Moto number 1. Doug Dubach, one of the many legends, here with us this weekend as we get you set to go for World Cup Moto 1. And Mark, I've said it before, I'll say it again, you can help me finish it. You don't quit riding motorcycles because you get old.
You get old because you quit riding motorcycles.
Thank you very much. Doug Dubach heartily agrees, and we'll see what he can do as we take a look at the starting lineup here, brought to you by W, World Cup Moto number 1. Will it be the year of Canada again? Hey, keep an eye. Australia's been winning everything in the, the Lawrence brothers, thankfully, aren't old enough to compete in this one, so we don't have to worry about them. Maybe their dad's here. I don't know. But does United States have anything for the rest of the field?
Yeah, hopefully they do. It gives us the home team something to cheer about. But I mean, this is an amazing event, like we said before, and like Doug talked about, he rode for Team Guam with one of my test riders, Sean Lepinovich, and then Chris Kiefer from Kiefer Testing Inc. So it's definitely one of those things to where this event is starting to quickly become the event that's getting people to come from around the world. And there is. I mean, it's an event from around the world, and these guys are making it to where they're looking at it, oh, hey, yeah, there's a 30 pro class, there's a 40 pro class, 50, 60, whatever. I want to race the World Vet Motocross Championship. And it's a great thing, Lori and the crew, Lori and Bud, bringing this to everybody and bringing it live on this live feed. And you're watching it on Motocross Action's YouTube channel. Some of the other action we did watch on Dirt Bike Magazine's YouTube channel, the Pasha 30 Plus Pro Class Moto 1. You will see that on this one at the end of later on in this broadcast and see the conclusion. And then also the 50 Plus Pro Class. You got to watch that on the Racing Jack YouTube channel. So lots of racing action going on. Lots of other classes. What did we say earlier? There was over 1,400 entries for the weekend. So lots of people coming from around the world, and there can't have any better weather. Like those flags flying, all the nations flying in the background right there. It's definitely a nice thing to see, but just an amazing thing. Like that they have so many people riding motorcycles around the world, and we're lucky enough to bring this live stream from you with the crew at Motocross Action, L&M Productions, with all of the drone footage, the standard footage. It's an amazing thing. Bud is doing the world a service for sure.
That's right. All the great sponsors out there, thank you so much. And fans, we listened to you. Last year, you told us you want more live coverage, so that's why we have expanded our live coverage to 2 days this year to bring you all this awesome action. It's going to be so exciting, and we're just getting started. One thing I got to mention that I mentioned on our previous 2 broadcasts that I would be remiss if I didn't mention our good friend, our good buddy, integral part of Glen Helen, who we unfortunately lost in August, the one, the only, Chad Tucker. I know he is smiling from up above. R.I.P. Chad. I'm still waiting for him to walk through this door. He was always such a smiling face and such a jack of all trades. He did everything here at Glen Helen. He is sorely missed. Rest in peace, Chad Tucker. Appreciate it. He's got the best seat in the house here today.
Exactly. And again, a shout out to prayers go out to him and his family for their loss, and all the people at Glen Helen stepping up to fill those big shoes. We got the girls in scoring. We got Lori. We got Bud. We got the guys down on the start line. I know Disco Dave's walking around and looking at all the vintage bikes as well. So a great crew to be able to step up and fill those shoes. So I mean, we're ready to see the battles that are coming out for the whole weekend. For the rest of the weekend, we will be live on Motocross Action YouTube channel. And I believe you can go to their website and have a link to it's motocrossaction.com. So a lot of the coverage will also be on that.
That's right.
So we got lots of stuff coming at you. We're just getting started. We got Pro Motos, we got World Cup Motos, we got 125, we got 450. We got just about everything that you want. So if you're watching, share it with a friend. Throw some stuff down there in the comments so we can see what you're talking about. Maybe we can give you a shout out. If you got something else going on, tell us about it. Let's make this a big event.
Yeah, thank you to all of our members of the media. Big shout out to Jody Weisel and Daryl Eklund and his entire talented team over at Motocross Action Magazine. Two of my favorite publications in the world, Motocross Action and Dirt Bike Magazine. Well, absolutely love them.
And it's a thing to where we do Daryl Eklund from Motocross Action. I believe the only guy that you will see actually working from Motocross Action on the live feed. I know that Josh Mosman will be doing lots of the interviews. He'll be doing lots of the feature stuff that we're doing. But they got a whole crew here. There's a whole crew of orange helmets running around, racing, riding, helping with track prep. The Motocross Action crew is out in full force. You have the Edison Dye Lifetime Achievement. There's Disco and his daughter that we're looking like we're going to get this thing going. But we have the Edison Dye Achievement Award that will be given away to legendary factory Yamaha racing organizer Keith McCarty later on. My buddy Travis Fant from Dirt Bike Magazine putting that together for everybody. So, yeah, we got lots of stuff happening. Stay tuned for more.
World Cup Moto 1 coming your way, ladies and gentlemen. Look at all those flags proudly waving. Will it be the year of the United States? Will Canada go back-to-back? Will Italy win it again? They won it in 2023. There are so many tough, talented countries here. I'll tell you, Mexico has really brought a strong team this year. They've got a heck of a display down there in Manufacturers Midway as our talented worker here at Glen Helen Raceway gives these racers one last opportunity to make sure everything's okay. He's pointing down the line. Are you guys ready to rock and roll? As we are just moments away from dropping the gate, so glad you're watching this coverage live on MX8. It is the 41st annual W World Vet Motocross Championship. All of our great sponsors for making it possible. You guys are the best. We'll hit you. 30-second card is up. We are ready to go racing from Southern California, the heart of motocross, one of the most famous racetracks in the world. It's time to draw. Oh, we got a problem. Somebody got hung up on the gate. Didn't cause a gate malfunction. We are off into Talladega Turn. Who will get the whole shot? Give it to, it looks like a Kawasaki rider way out in front, Mark.
And that is Brian Medeiros, the resident Motocross Action test rider. So I believe this would be the 30-plus class because Brian just turned 30. There will be 3 separate gate drops in this event, and it's a 3-moto format. So I believe that they're going to make this turn, and then we might go back to the gate. So there's another one going off right now, and this is going to be the 40 class, and that looks like a Stark Varg out front.
Oh my gosh, dare I say shocking. I believe that is the gentleman from Canada. I think I filmed him yesterday. He told me he went to a Stark Varg last year, and he said he's never looking back. It is the most awesome bike he's ever been on. So, hey, there's a seat for every behind, and there's different taste out there. Some people staying with the internal combustion engine, loving it. Some people not real partial to the Varg. Some people living by the electric bikes.
Yeah, and I think that it's a great addition. I don't think it's going to... And here goes 3. This is gate drop number 3, and I believe this would be the 50-plus. So we're going to see maybe some of the guys that we saw in the 50-plus Pro Moto over on the Racing Jack YouTube. Maybe some of those guys coming back out. Maybe not, but it looks like there's a couple Yamahas out front in the 50 class. And what they do is they take the scores, the overall scores from each moto in each class, and then I think they throw out 1 or 2 of the lowest scores, and then that's who gets to win it. But you were asking, can the U.S. step up? Brian Medeiros stepping up in the 30 expert class right now for the USA.
Well, it takes 3 because remember, the way this works is if you want to enter a team, you need a 30-plus, a 40-plus, and a 50-plus. And as Mark just mentioned, we will combine all 3 scores. And this is very strict. They are checking birth certificates. They are checking passports. If you take a look out there, something cool that will help the fans, too, is each rider has on a bib that represents their country, so you'll know which team they are on.
And I believe the 201 rider that is out front in the 30 class, that is Justin McDonald. Justin McDonald is the 2025 40 Pro Clash champion. I think he was able to beat Chris Kiefer on Friday here at Glen Helen. So yesterday this is a 3-day event now. So the 40 pros run on Friday, and I believe that is Justin McDonald from New Zealand who was able to get the better of Chris Kiefer in the 40 plus pro class.
It'll be 15 plus 1, I do believe, as we count down the laps here. Moto number 1 for the World Vet MX Cup of Nations. Some of these teams, these countries with multiple teams, USA actually has 3 teams out there. Australia has 3 teams. Brazil has 2 teams. Germany, Italy, Mexico, New Zealand all has 1 team. Ukraine out there as well. Team United Kingdom, who Mark mentioned moments ago, out there as well. It will be a fight to the finish. A lot of bragging rights involved when you talk about the World Vet MX Cup of Nations.
Yeah, and like we said, lots of people out there. One rider from each team with the scoring. Again, that's Brian Medeiros out front. You see that orange pumpkin MXA helmet riding around, bobbling around with a little bobblehead action. But that's their signature. If you're wondering, if you're watching this on MXA's YouTube channel, their signature is the orange helmet. So you know on a Saturday morning motocross, or you know which one are the MXA guys. So makes them stand out. Brian, I know, usually riding one of their test bikes on that 2026 KX450 probably right about now. But making it look easy out front. And as you can see, lines starting to develop and bumps starting to develop. So it's going to be one of those things to where later on in the day, as you start seeing more and more racing action, you're going to see it get rougher and rougher, and these guys are going to have to keep up the same speed.
It was a strange morning here in Southern California. When I woke up bright and early, I actually thought it was raining outside, which you hardly ever see in November here in SoCal, but it was actually so foggy and wet and damp, and that has kind of helped conditions. That's helped lay a little bit of moisture down on this racetrack. So it's perfect as for now, but as we talked about, as the day progresses, it's going to get rougher, it's going to get bumpier, and it's going to get more and more chewed up.
Yeah, no, it's they don't call this one of the roughest toughest tracks in the nation for no reason. It lives up to its name, and I can definitely have a testament to that. But looks like Brian is definitely starting to get some pressure from McDonald, and now that they've done a couple laps, it's one of those age-old things is, was he holding back, and is he going to drop the hammer now and kind of go by him? It's going to be hard for Brian to stay out front and keep McDonald behind him. And then I believe number 134 behind him is Saya Lopez Fernandez on a Cowie. So we'll see if he can move up and make some noise there and maybe go for the lead for his team.
That's true. And talking again about how prestigious this event is, moments ago, Mark, you mentioned Keith McCarty, who won the Edison Die. Congratulations to him. Now, in that same barn, all year, we keep Glen Helen's version of the Stanley Cup. Whoever wins this race, whichever country wins this race, they get their names engraved, and it lives in that barn all year long. That is a very, very prestigious honor. So they are certainly going for it. 30 plus, 40 plus, 50 plus. Mark, I got to ask you, have you ever thought about competing in this event? Have you ever been asked to compete in the Vet MX Donations?
I haven't. It's a fairly new thing. It's new here in the last few years. And I think Sean Lipinovich did ask me to be on his team from Guam, and I wasn't able to do it because that's about the time that the live stream stuff came in. And so it's one of those things. So I just look at it and go, well, yeah, do I want to be in the booth or do I want to be out there getting roosted? Because it's not that you have to go with some of the guys, some iconic guys. Out here, these guys are hungry for this. And they're usually the fast guys, like we talked about Doug Dubach racing it with Sean Lipinovich and Chris Kiefer and them dominating a couple years. So, I don't really want to have to go that fast. I think I like sitting up here in the booth and talking about those guys going that fast. So, looks like Brian Madero's able, just like we saw earlier in the day on the Racing Jack YouTube and the 50 Plus Pro, with Pascal being able to hold off the legendary Kurt Nicole later on in the motos. Looks like Brian's kind of stretched out a little bit, and maybe those late afternoon rides here at Glen Helen are starting to pay off.
Well, we shall see. And the cliche that we said earlier on, that in this first moto, you may see some layback saying a 2 is as good as a 1, depending on how the scoring shakes out here at the Vet MX Cup to Nations. Remember, combined three will determine your overall ranking in the 30 plus, 40 plus, and 50 plus as we continue on here at the 41st annual W World Vet Motocross Championship. I want to thank all the wonderful sponsors for getting behind this. Of course, it starts with W. Also, Arc Levers, ASV Inventions, CC Motorsports, Fun Bike Center, IWC Motorsports Tire Pros, RD Suspension, Seedy, Shoei, Temecula Motorsports, Pro Circuit, Yamaha Pasha Racing. As we got another great battle. Look at this. We are banging bars. Pascal leading the 40 category. What a day he's having. Already 1 win. Mark, I know you've run multiple categories here before. Is that something you enjoy, having more seat time and kind of being warmed up, or is that something that really, really tests your conditioning and your endurance to run that many motos here at Glen Helen?
Well, really, it does test your endurance and conditioning, and you're fine with it if you're in shape. If you're not in shape later on in the day, you're not fine with it. It does make it to where you do get to see the progression of the track, and you get to see you might have a little bit of an advantage. Now, we saw he's racing the 40-plus class in the Vet World, the Nations event, but we saw him in the 50-plus pro class earlier here, being able to get the Moto 1 win. So, there's lots of stuff going on. Let's just say he's going to be tired. He's definitely going to be tired. He's going to be sore come Monday. And when he's got to fly back to all those different airports, and I believe you guys were saying that he's from a little island off of the coast of Africa. So he's come a long way to win this event right here. And he's not going to give up.
I thought I came a long way from Florida. Forget that. I had an easy flight compared to him. My goodness, guys, we told you one of the most prestigious races in the world happens right here at Glen Helen. We invite you to come be a part of it someday, one of the many successful races they have. Great battles all over the track as we continue to fight for position here. It is Moto number 1, the World Cup of Nations. Man, we're just going to... I'm wondering, I know there are a lot of people back there hoping USA can come out strong this year. Boy, they've got their work cut out for them, though. I know Bryce Huffman, who always performs well here. As we take a look right now, we've got the lead. And taking a look at the lead for 30-plus coming to the white flag.
It's heating up because McDonald is all over the rear tire of Medeiros right now. He's definitely that if they're coming to the white flag, all of the glory is on the line for your nation right now. You know that McDonald's going to do everything he can with a lap rider, kind of getting in the way a little bit right there. And there it looks like there's a lot of lap riders that they're going to be coming up against here on this last lap. So that's Medeiros going into the turn. MXA Motocross Action test rider right there on their 2026 KX450.
Medeiros on the move. Now, Mark, help me out here. Who did we miss? Did we miss a lead change?
No, McDonald is behind him on the Honda.
So Medeiros leads.
Yeah, Medeiros is getting through the lappers a little bit better. Medeiros leads coming out right there in the orange helmet, and then that's McDonald going to the inside of this rider. So he can see Medeiros again going into the last lap. This is the start of the last lap, and he's going to do everything he can to get by him. A lot of those lap riders don't know that those are the leaders of the race.
Yeah, I don't see a whole lot of blue flags.
So he goes to the outside.
Almost in. Boy, we've talked a lot about lappers this year. They have been a hot topic in motocross, supercross, all around. Medeiros gets through cleanly now, and now he's got some clean air in front of him.
So, yeah, now it looks like they got some clean air in front of them, and they can battle it out. They got to deal with a couple riders towards the end of it, maybe towards the end of the lap. But this is where it's go time. This is where they turn the top of Mount St. Helens, come down as fast as they can. So, man,
that was a big mistake there from Medeiros, and that's what we talked about, guys. That's where fatigue can set in. If you let down your guard for 1 second, one brief error, you can find yourself on the ground here at Glen Helen Raceway. A nice save by Medeiros. You got to wonder, Mark, either maybe pushing as hard as he can or fatigue setting in a little bit.
Brian's in pretty good shape. I would look at it. He's pushing it as hard as he can. He's got that KX450 wrung out like. He's not a very big guy either, so
there we go.
Now some lap riders coming into play, but Brian wanting to open
that Honda closing in.
Yeah, Brian wanted to opening it up for the for USA and the Motocross Action team. So he's got about a quarter of a lap to go, whipping it sideways over that infamous hip jump, headed into the backside of the track. But yeah, it's like I said, he's got about a quarter of a lap to go, but man, they've caught up with lap riders really quickly. I thought maybe they might have it open for the rest of the lap, but it's going to be a barn burner coming down. So now they come down this hill.
Look at that Honda close the distance. That Honda is on the move. Unbelievable.
And around the outside.
Ladies and gentlemen. Medeiros, does he have anything left?
Oh, he closed it down.
Back and forth battle to open up here at Glen Helen Raceway. We're banging bars. A few more turns
McDonald
left to
back
go.
to the inside.
Will it be the Kawasaki? Will it be the Honda? Medeiros led most of the
back
race.
Down around the outside is Medeiros. He's got the inside line right there. If he can hold it and just use it to the very end.
Medeiros, everything he got. Will it be the Honda? Will it be the Kawasaki? Give it to the I think the Kawasaki. We got to check with live timing and scoring. I believe it was Medeiros. That was a drag race. Fist pound all around. That was a close one. What a way to open up the action here at the World Cup the Nations.
That was an amazing...
A tenth of a second, they're saying.
And that's just the 30 class. Woo! The 40 and the 50 class are finishing right now. So
Pomona drag strip 50 miles the other way. We got treated to a little drag race in here at Glen Helen Raceway. Wow. Unbelievable action. Congratulations.
As we open up the action for the 2025 Vet World Championships on MXA's YouTube channel, and MXA Test Rider takes the win. So we're off to a great start.
You know what, Mark? Still a lot to be decided behind them, remember, because it was what we saw last year. It's not just the 30 plus, but the 40 plus and 50 plus will make a huge difference in team scoring. And we got another big battle here.
Yeah, and I believe that this is going to be the 50-plus battle because the 40-plus battle would have been Pascal out front. And kind of making up some lines. So I believe this is the battle for the win in the 50-plus division.
And this is Italy competing with, we've got to get a closer look at our leader out there. See, it doesn't, bad news for the United States of America. It does not look like red, white, and blue. It is yellow, I do believe. We'll get you an update on that.
No, that's the U.S.
That's the U.S. Oh, wow.
That's
okay.
the U.S.
There's Old Glory on the back. I just saw the yellow.
The Italian rider getting by him.
Oh, my goodness, guys. We got every position. Means so much here. When you talk about team scoring, United States trying to win this thing. They've won it before, but it's been quite a few years. Canada last year, Italy prior to that.
Out front, that's... Mikel De Bosco, I believe. I don't have a number of the guy on front, but that's great. We got live racing action. The USA putting it in first in the 30 class, and it looks like maybe in the 50 class, one of the USA teams going to bring home second place. But that looked like a Canadian.
Yeah, Team Canada creeping up in there as well. Well, as we like to say, everything Mark and I call, as for now, is the checkered flies, officially unofficial, but we'll lean on Tia and the great staff here at Glen Helen Raceway. They will keep us abreast, and we will absolutely give you blow-by-blow results, not only today, but tomorrow. And we want to take you back to the pass for the lead. Take a look at this. That Honda was coming in hard, fist full of throttle, knew that this was his last chance. I don't know if Medeiros knew how close he was, but he certainly did now. And he changed his tune after this, didn't he?
And McDonald went all the way around the outside. Medeiros did everything he could to get to that pivot point of that turn and get by their faster. And then McDonald wasn't going to give up. He came back on the inside of this, put a little elbow in there, and he wasn't able to get going. I believe he comes up on a lap rider, but I don't think that lap rider really got in the way. But Medeiros was able to go around the outside and then hug this inside, and then it was a drag race, like you said, to the finish.
Unbelievable. Medeiros, as you see, letting it all hang out there, using every ounce of Kawasaki horsepower that Honda was hunting. And there, my friends, looks like a little NHRA drag racing at the stripe. How about it as we take a look at that iconic Glen Helen Hollywood sign, the only sign that matters out here. Here's your IWC Motorsports Tire Pro results. Brian Medeiros, United States, taking home the win. Justin McDonald on the Honda of New Zealand following closely. Brazil coming in second. How about Chappie with the United States? Nice run for him. And Marcelo rounding out your top 5. That is in the 30-plus category. Remember, 3 different age brackets, 30-plus, 40-plus, 50-plus. And we will wait anxiously for those results. Not to date my good friend Mark Tilley, who looks like he's 25, but you could qualify for the 50-plus class? Yeah?
Not yet.
How many more years?
I'm a few years away. I just turned 48.
Happy birthday.
A couple, and then there's the legendary freestyle, the godfather of freestyle, Mike Metzger.
No way.
That is the Mike Metzger. I saw him when I was rolling in this morning he was on the back of a truck, kind of doing some bench racing. But yeah, that is Mike Metzger coming across. I did not know that.
Taking me back to the crusty demons of the dirt days. Unbelievable. And here is our 50-plus results. Unbelievable there. A lot of diversity. If you look at these finishes, like I said, the folks here at Glen Helen Raceway, I know Lori's downstairs, and Tia, they're going to have their work cut out for them computing this. We'll keep you posted, though. Don't go anywhere, guys. We will be right back as live coverage continues from the 41st Annual W World Vet Motocross Championship right after this. The 41st W World Vet Motocross Championship, brought to you by Pro Circuit, Yamaha, and by Pasha Racing.
Ladies and gentlemen, go wild. Big Cali, get
The heart of motocross, alive and well here in Southern California. As you take a look at those Dunlop flags fly, it shows you a little bit of a cool breeze today, and I'm sure our 1,400 plus entries are inviting that. Welcome back, everybody. It is the 41st Annual W World Vet Motocross Championship. Jack Crapella from the Racing Jack YouTube channel alongside Mark Tilley from Dirt Bike Magazine and our own Josh Mosman from MXA has our podium finishers. Let's send it down to Josh.
Up race Moto number 1 here Saturday at the World Vet Championships. I know this guy front and center, MXA's test rider, and also representing Team Hawaii. You got a full team of Hawaiians, right?
Yeah, it's the first year. We actually have 3 guys from Hawaii, born and raised, so it's pretty cool. My other teammates did well as well. They had fun. One had a little tip over, but all in all, it was a super fun race. Always fun to team up and represent, when you're on the line. That was my first ever World Cup race, so like seeing how much everybody's like into it, and prideful for our country, I was like, okay, we're going to send it this one, I guess.
I like it. So country, still USA, but state, Hawaii. All right, we're representing Team Hawaii. And you got the Hawaiian jersey on. What's going on here?
Yeah. The company back home, Strong Arms, made this jerseys, put our names and numbers on it to give us a little bit more power.
Nice, I like it. So Team Hawaii, tell us a little bit about that race. From you got the whole shot, of course. We know you're the whole shot master, but what about that last lap? Things got dicey.
Yeah, whole shot. My Kawasaki's running amazing. XPR's got that thing dialed in. And, I got the start, and then I knew Justin was behind me, and I knew after watching his Moto, 40-plus Moto yesterday, I was like, oh, he's going to go for it. So I knew we were going to go the whole time, but I knew that lappers were going to play a factor. So I really just played smart through the lappers, and he took advantage of me through the rollers. He got by me. I didn't know which way this lapper was going to go. Snuck back up the inside and into the sand. He got past me, and I'm like, oh no. And then I see he's going for a line with lappers, so I go around them both, and they play a little cat and mouse in the last corner, but it was awesome. It's always fun racing Justin. We only get to race. This is our first time ever racing together. I always watch them and stuff, but it was super fun, and looking forward to tomorrow's Moto for sure.
That's right. Team MXA, Team Hawaii, Team Orange Helmet. Good job, Brian. Kick some butt in the next one.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks so much, Josh Mosman, and congratulations to continue on here. Just a beautiful day for racing. The heart and soul of motocross, Southern California, the place where all these great factories are, the place that Mark Tilley gets to visit quite regularly, and I know Josh Mosman gets to visit quite regularly, our hardworking MXA out there. Apparently, Josh, big fan of Team Hawaii, too, so, hey. We'll see. Let's send it back down to the one, the only, Josh Mosman.
We're here with Justin McDonald out of New Zealand. Congratulations all the way to the very end, battling with Brian Medeiros. Tell us a little bit about that race from your perspective.
Yeah, we got off the line to a pretty good start. And then I sort of thought, okay, I'll hook in behind Brian, see where he's riding, because obviously being second sometimes gives you that little advantage, because first scrambling for where I'm going to be and where I'm not. Yeah. Brian was riding amazing. As we came round in the final few laps, we were just getting caught up on a whole lot of lappers, so he got caught up. I hit the rollers, got past him. He took a nice inside line, managed to sneak in front, and then we had a bit of a battle all the way to the end, straight to the finish line. It was unreal. It was an awesome race.
That's cool. And you got the 40-plus pro win yesterday, so congratulations on that. And this is your only moto for today, or are you doing anything else?
No, I'm 40 expert as well, just sort of to keep the body moving for the racing. But yeah, sort of itching my thoughts whether I should be doing the 30 pro as well, but it's really good.
I think you should.
I should chuck it in there, but no, I appreciate it. It's awesome riding here for New Zealand, and I think the guys did pretty well. I haven't talked to them yet, but congratulations to everyone. Brian's team, Hawaii. Choo!
Tell us one last question. Tell us who's on your team and how much you know those guys.
Yeah, so Mike Cotter, and he put the team together. Cam Nagus. So Cam, they both live in the North Island. So New Zealand's made up of a North Island and a South Island. I live in the South, so we don't get to ride a lot together. But that said, I've looked up to those guys a lot over the years and ridden with them. And now we're all getting a bit older. It's good fun because it's for the fun of it, and it's at the same time, as soon as that gate drops, there's no friends out there.
Yeah. Good times. Well, Justin McDonald, Team New Zealand, great job. Second place. Good luck in the next one.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Well, no friends. You can say that again, because we have already seen some intense battles here as we open up a great day of racing at the 41st Annual W World Vet Motocross Championship track in tip-top, perfect condition. This event that another legend, I'll tell you, that we want to send a special dedication to is the great Tim White. We're going to talk about him all throughout the weekend, I should say, talk to his great family, W, who's here this weekend. And we're going to talk much more about that, Mark. But as for now, we're going to step aside. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after this. We're going to reset more racing on the other side of this break from Glen Helen Raceway. The 41st W World Vet Motocross Championship, brought to you by Seedy, Shoei, and by Temecula Motorsports.
We are here with Lucky Foster of ASV.
All right, welcome back, everybody. San Bernardino, California, the world's largest single Bet Motocross Championship rolls on, and we are getting you set for Moto number 2. It is time to find out which country will reign supreme. I want to know down below in the comments, too. We got a lot of people watching us, not just from right here in the US of A, but all over the world. Who are you rooting for? Who's going to bring it home? We'll refresh your memory. Our leader here so far is Team Italy. As we take a look at the starting grid for World Cup Moto 2. Mark, take me inside the mind of Team USA. If you're team manager right now, what were you saying to these guys to get them ready for Moto number 2?
We got to go. We got to win. We got to get up there. We got to bring that intensity, as they say. So, but I do think that the one that we're looking for is that second place. I think that second place is a little sleeper, and I believe it's the Brazilian team, or is it the...
right now, we got France in second.
Right.
Brazilian 2 and 3, Canada in 4, New Zealand 5th, USA 2 and USA 1 in 6th and 7th. Not much separates them. Remember, it's the low score that you want. So this is interesting. Italy finished 5th in the 30-plus moto, but because they won 50-plus and took a 4th, they're winning with consistency. They have a 10 right now. If you take a look at what USA's doing, you know, Mike Metzger certainly carried his end of the bargain, finishing second in his category. Hopefully for Steven Aguilar, he can improve on his 13th. It's all about consistency.
Yeah.
You know, you don't even need 3 1s. You don't even need 3 podiums, but you got to have 3 top 5s to get up there in the mix.
Well, and then in this race too, there is 3 different gate drops and 3 different classifications, like you said, 30, 40, and 50, all on the track at the same time, but they will be 3 separate gate drops to kind of keep them kind of open and away from each other pretty much, to where they can have their own battles. So lots of action going on the track, lots of intense racing action. We have to jump back through the production crew has to jump back through all 3 different classes and see what's going on. So, yeah, like you said, consistency, and make it to where you have to finish the race to be able to have a chance at winning everything.
We're set for another thriller. Look at that. Is the 30-second card? It is up. Thank you, Savannah. She's working hard, running in between the tower here. She's got the Converses laced up. She's gone. She's wasting no time. Here we go, guys. 320 feet into Talladega turn. Who will grab the whole shot? Which country will get the start they're looking for here in 30-plus? Somebody out to a nice lead. Looks like a Honda so far. We'll get a number for you.
That might be an electric bike. That
might
might be
is it the Stark Varg? Shocking. Definitely has got it on 80 horsepower mode out there. Looking good. Also take a close look, too. All of these riders wearing bibs representing their country, as we're just moments away from the 40-plus gate drop and also the 50-plus gate drop. Great racing, though, to open things up here in Moto number 2. Here comes the 40-plus team.
And that's another Stark.
These Stark Vargs are cleaning up on the whole shots. Man. Like it or not, here comes electric. Oh, but the Yamaha.
I think that's Pascal getting in there right away.
Pascal says this internal combustion engine's got a little something for you. I love the diversity. We've got 4 strokes, 2 strokes, and electric bikes out here, all competing together on an even playing field.
Yeah, let's see if there's one on the 50-plus line.
Here comes your 50-plus start, guys. We are off. This is it. Gate is down. Now it's all about which country will reign supreme. Italy, your current leader, followed by France, Brazil, Canada, New Zealand, USA 2, USA 1.
And I think that's Cotter out front. He's been running out up front and in some of the other classes. So all 3 classes, 30, 40, and 50, through the first turn, making some moves. And in the 30 class, that Stark Varg's still out front, but it looks like we're making a pass.
Oh, yeah.
Kawasaki rider.
Here we go. Is that Pascal?
No,
Pascal. No, Pascal in that mix right there. This might be our 30-plus. Is this our 30-plus or 50?
This is our 30-plus.
Okay.
And that Stark Varg rider going backwards. I know in third, that is McDonald on the 201 Honda, but it looks like that is...
Your eyes are better than mine.
Trying to get a number on that Kawasaki
Looking
rider.
like Team Brazil, if I had to guess. That might be Caio Lopes Fernandez We shall see. We'll get data here as we cross the finish line for the first time.
He does have a Brazilian
Here
flag
comes
around
Team UK coming up around Brazil. Another drag race down the home stretch as we complete lap number 1, bar to bar here. It is World Cup Moto 2 underway. Jack Rapella, Mark Tilley here with you. 41st W World Vet Championships. We're banging bars. Look at the roost. Oh my gosh, talk about that, Mark. How do you? Whoa, here we go.
Around the outside.
To the outside.
No, he shut down.
How do you deal with the amount of heavy roost here at Glen Helen? That can't feel good.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't feel good. I can.
Almost lost the front end.
They're
Brazil
going
rider
for it.
really getting creative with the lines. Looking at this Talladega turn, 45-degree banking, super high speed.
Well, we saw McDonald go the inside last time. No, wasn't able to get there. So we do have our Brazilian rider. I believe that's number 134.
Here comes Justin McDonald representing Team New Zealand. If you're checking up on Team USA, it looks like Bryce Huffman in 5th so far, 30+. He's got work to do. It's going to be hard to compete with these guys. Fernandez, flying, was 3rd yesterday. Looking to bring home a 1st. Can he hold off Justin McDonald out of Team New Zealand? They currently sit 5th. McDonald was 2nd yesterday in Moto number 1. Great battle here. It'll be 8 laps in the World Cup the Nations, Moto number 2.
And this is just one of the classes on the track right now. This is the 30-plus class. They took off 1st, 40 took off 2nd, and 50 took off 3rd off the line on this particular race. So I believe that's dropping back to maybe the 40 class. That is Pascal right there. He's pretty easy to pick out.
Pascal representing Team France, 140+ yesterday. We'll see if he can go back-to-back again today. We'll keep an eye on our winners. Italy up front on the strength of Michele Dal Bosco, winner in the 50+ category. So we will have to keep you posted. We'll scroll down through some of our results here. Looks like Mike Metzger, according to our live timing and scoring, leading the way in 40+. The crusty demon of the dirt. Congratulations to him and your buddy Mike Cotter. Appears.
I believe that's Metzger on the screen right there. I think.
Is Metzger on a Stark?
I think so.
Get the heck out of here. Get the heck out of here. Who would have thought the one and only Mike Metzger would be on an electric Stark? I got to go.
That would have been the person that we saw in the 40 class get the whole shot, the second whole shot on a Stark.
Shocking.
So, wow, he can still ride. He can definitely make it happen. But, yeah, making the Stark Varg look good out there. Mike Metzger.
What was Metzger's claim to fame? Didn't he have the clown hair, or was that Larry Linkogle that I was thinking of?
Metzger was just...
I mean, he was so fast. I remember watching him in Krusty.
He's what they say the godfather of freestyle.
Wasn't he there when Seth Enslow had that big famous crash? Remember that one? That was terrible.
Seth had all kinds of crashes.
Yeah, I know, right? I'll tell you, as an East Coast kid, this is long before L&N Media Productions. This is long before the Dirt Bike YouTube channel. When those Krusty videos dropped, you would just run to your dealer, get them, and then go home and wear them out. Here comes, is that Mike Metzger,
that
the
is
75?
Mike Metzger on that number 75 on the Stark Varg electric motorcycle.
Representing Team USA, currently running first in 40+. Yesterday, Metzger was 2, trying to score USA some more bonus points. They badly need Bryce Huffman to move up in 30+. And taking a look at Metzger's teammate, he's hoping Steven Aguilar can improve upon his 13th from yesterday. What happened to Aguilar yesterday? Did he go down? Certainly, we know that Aguilar is capable of much stronger finish than a 13th.
Yeah. Well, and then, it looks like Pascal is right behind Metzger, but Metzger holding off the man from the little island.
Metzger's starting to
make it where there's a lot of other riders that haven't been able to do it all weekend long.
Metzger working his way up towards the 30+ category. He is flying here today. Mike Metzger making that Stark Vark move. And it will be so interesting to see. We talk about how many manufacturers are coming. How many more electric manufacturers are coming? As I believe we're going to take you to a replay here. Let's take a look at the start, the whole shot. USA's Mike Metzger. If you're from the proud old USA, pound your fist at this one because the shocking battery powered Stark Varg, 80 horsepower, picks up the whole shot.
Yeah, the biggest problem he had was trying to slow down in the first turn. He got there, no problems against all those other 450s. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, you know, the only problem that I think of here, not to be a negative Nancy, but I know you're the marketing expert as we take a look at the lead right now in the 30-plus category, is, Mark, when Metzger got that whole shot, there's no pipe manufacturer to talk about, no air filter manufacturer to talk about, no race gas manufacturer to talk about. Are the manufacturers worried about the Stark Varg? Oh, here we go.
They're battling. They're definitely battling. Back to that, but there is maybe some other people that can come in. Whoa, he's going for it.
Head shake.
There might be other manufacturers, some other aftermarket companies that will come in that
chain sprockets,
bring in
tires.
Different stuff. Maybe some electrical connection or something like that gives them more power or something along those lines, something that makes the bike lighter. So there's always ways. Once you start racing stuff, you can figure stuff out. The new porting would be rewinding the motor or something along those lines. So McDonald trying to go around the outside again, that not working for him like it has in the past. But these two riders battling out for the 30-plus or the 30-plus in this division, in this World Cup format.
Continuing on here, guys, 3 laps gone. Which country will stand atop the podium? Last year it was Canada. The year before that it was Italy. Or excuse me, I think it was Brazil 2 years ago. Italy has the lead right now. And here comes the red machine trying to get around Pasquale, trying to get around Fernandez, who's been so tough for Team Brazil. Here we go, 35 stories up Mount St. Glen Helen to the top. As you can tell which country we're in based on that huge American flag that Bud Feldkamp proudly displays here at Glen Helen Raceway.
And then this is back to the 40-plus action with Metzger on that Stark Varg and Pascal on that YZ450. See if... and he jumps by him.
Wait a
Metzger's
minute.
not giving up. He's going to go around the outside, cut back down to the inside, and Pascal makes that pass stick. We'll see if he can hold him off.
It's interesting to see what line choice they take here when we enter this fast section as well. Some guys going all the way to the outside. Look at that, all the way up. That's like a new line.
Metzger's pinned. He's
Metzger
not going to let
to
that
the
go.
inside.
Trying to go
Metzger
back
shows him a fender. Will it be the Stark Varg out in front? We got a drag race. It's the Stark Varg and the Yamaha. Metzger goes in front. They take out a lapper. That's not a lapper. It's somebody in the 30-plus category that they caught. Crazy racing action. Who was the victim there? Man, that poor guy's like, what was this freight train that just drove right through me?
Yeah, that might have taken the wind out of Metzger's sails. He was looking back to see what went on, but awesome racing, giving it everything he can. Let's take another look at it.
And again, these guys competing in the 40-plus category. I assume this gentleman in the 30-plus category, he yields, but it doesn't help.
And it wasn't
he
Metzger.
Goes down. Wow, Pasquale might have showed him a front wheel. Metzger gets loose. That electric Stark Varg continues to hook up. Let's talk about advantages of the electric bike. What are they here today? Could Mike Metzger possibly be getting better traction?
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. We got another one for the lead. Let's stay with this. The Kawasaki and the Stark Varg battling it out.
No, I think that's McDonald and...
that's the Honda.
Yeah, that's the Honda. And so this is for the 30 class lead.
These riders are leaving
and
it
it's on
all
the white
out
flag.
on this race. White flag already. How did we get to the white flag already? Oh, my gosh.
Rider down.
Somebody down.
McDonald to the inside. And he makes the pass stick.
Incredible bar-to-bar racing here. Will it be the Kawasaki? Will it be the Honda?
He's going to go
the
back
white flag is out. Team Brazil. No, here comes the Honda back inside. Sandwiched between a KTM. They're giving it everything they got here. Moto number 2 of the World Fat Motocross Championship.
Giving it everything they can for their country.
Man, you think these guys want it or not? You think pride is on the line? These riders proudly representing their country. Will Italy hang on to the top spot?
And our second place rider making a little bit mistake on the Cowie coming out of that corner, but you know McDonald is trying to run and hide right now. He wants nothing to do with that. And as they come up on some of the slower riders,
every position counts. Remember that, guys. It's not just about podium finishers here. Italy winning on the strength of a 5th, 4th, and 1st. McDonald trying to move his team up to the top spot. Let's take you back, though, moments ago. Watch this drag race. Take me through this one, Mark.
It was coming out trying to make that pass back. And I believe this is towards the end of this. So this was actually after the pass. We didn't get to see the pass that we were going to bring you back to. But again, just a dogfight going back and forth. So right here, he made a little mistake coming into that turn, giving Justin a little bit of extra breathing room. McDonald has it to where, but he's pulling right back up on him. So we might see some fireworks before the end of this lap. And this is the last lap.
This is the last lap, guys. This moto has flown by. Man, Laurie Wilson of Glen Helen's got a tough job as McDonald gets loose there. We will give you updated results, but I can't even pretend to have them in my head right now because we have flipped the script from what happened in Moto number 1. So much has changed. Which country will emerge when the smoke clears? Again, Italy came in as your leader. I don't know if they're going to be able to hang on to it. So many superstars stepping up. Mike Metzger putting USA on his back. Pasquale putting France on his back. And the 201 of McDonald continues to pick up positions. Look at this, Mark. Are we already into this many lappers? Are these lappers or are these guys at the back of the pack?
Yeah, these are going to be guys that are 50-plus probably, and then maybe some of the 40-plus guys that are back there. But it looks like McDonald – I thought that McDonald was battling with Brian Medeiros in the first round of this. And don't see Brian out there, but McDonald coming to the finish line unattested and takes the win in the 30-plus division.
Great
so
job.
now it's not over. We got to look back to the 40 and the 50 guys.
Here comes Lopez Fernandez out of Brazil, and it looks like Marcelo out of Team Italy will bring home a third in the 30-plus category. If you're watching, cheering on the USA, where is Bryce Huffman? Bryce Huffman, I think, was able to take 4th there. That improves upon his 6th yesterday, so there is hope for Team USA.
So there is Pascal. I believe he's in the 40-plus class. I don't see Metzger anywhere around him for right now.
Oh, no.
So he might be able to just kind of cruise in and
let's hope Metzger didn't go down. Metzger, something might have happened to Metzger. Maybe a problem with the motorcycle, maybe arm pump, maybe fatigue, maybe decided to concede first. Let's see if we can.
Maybe just get a little tired.
It happens. 40-plus. He was giving it everything he got. What a tremendous battle that we're witnessing here in Moto number 2.
And there haven't been very many people that have been able to stay with this man all weekend long. He's got the best of some of the best in the world. So he's definitely fired up, and we know that he's traveled a long way to make this happen.
Great job, Pascal. Pascal Dorasil, representing France, flew many, many hours to get here. So many international riders making the trip. Congratulations, checkered flag. Viva la France, mes amis.
So that's the winner in the 40 class. Now we're looking for the 50 class.
Which I do believe Michel, and this is important too because a lot of implications. Michel De Bosco is the one that put Italy in the prime position yesterday by virtue of his win. So keep an eye on Del Bosco. We'll scroll down here, Mark. Del Bosco, number 114 on a Yamaha, according to our live timing, and scoring commanding lead over France's Greg Pamart and Canada's Shane Kuthsterben.
But if you look at that, France, if that's the same France team that Pascal's on, that's a 1-2.
Man.
So we'll see.
Let's take a look through this pass in the 30-plus category. Great racing here, side
So this is McDonald,
side.
And there's a rider down. So the Brazilian rider kind of maybe got caught up a little there, and McDonald took full advantage of that, going to the inside, making it happen, and then going into this next turn, he was going around the outside, and he saw that or around the inside, and made that pass. McDonald going around the outside, making lots of passes, and the Brazilian rider coming up underneath, making a pass momentarily, but McDonald had the momentum coming out of that. So, and then just made that stick. So pretty impressive passing, and especially for not having lots of time on the Glen Helen track. These guys are traveling from all over the world, and they got 3 days of racing. So it's impressive that they're able to cut the track up and make those passes.
Well, again, we'll wait for Lori Wilson, who said, please, guys, give me some time. She's got a hard job, and we'll wait for her official results. We'll give you some unofficial results right now, and we'll see if Italy can continue to lead the way. I got to be honest, not looking great for USA. Did have a respectable showing, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to muster top 3. Let's take a look right now in the 30-plus category. Justin McDonald of New Zealand takes home the first spot, followed by Caio Lopez Fernandez. He won it yesterday, second here today. Marcelo Dissetti out of Italy. Bryce Huffman improves 2 positions, and Chappie moved up as well to the number 5 spot. So Team USA not looking bad in the 30-plus category, but it all depends on those next 2 categories. Canada, Ukraine in there as well. Here's your 40-plus results. Pasquale dominant in the 40-plus here this weekend. Mike Metzger, by virtue of his number 2 finish, could have USA looking good, perhaps moving up a position or 2. Cam out of New Zealand. Fabrico out of Brazil. Chad Williams, also the USA. And here, I think this might be the bugaboo for Team USA, unfortunately. Del Blasco taking the win for Italy. If you take a look, Joel Colgrove represents the top 50-plus USA rider down there in 10th. It'll be France, Canada, New Zealand, Brazil, Germany, Australia, Iceland. We're going to have to see how this shakes out. But that one definitely hurt USA. I got an idea for a team I want to put together next year. I'm thinking, you guys follow me on this one. Let me know out there in the comments watching on the MXA Motocross channel as we go to commercial break. Hey,
we're not going to hear about your idea. We're going straight to commercial break.
All right. We'll be back right after this from Glen Helen. The 41st W World Vet Motocross Championship, brought to you by Seedy, Shoei, and by Temecula Motorsports.
Champ here in 2025.
Brazil 2 has it.
Welcome back, everybody. We got our fingers, our toes out. Shout out to the lovely Tia and Lori, two of the scorekeepers here at Glen Helen who do so much. We told you there's a lot of. We believe, unofficially, we believe Italy's got this thing. We'll give you official results, though, as we roll on. But as for now, our own Josh Mosman is down at the podium. Let's send it down to good old JM.
All right, here we are with, you guys got third, right?
Yeah.
Third place for Team France at the World Cup of Nations. It is chaos down here, let me tell you right now. We got live stream going on. We're calculating points. We're calculating 3 different classes, 30, 40, and 50-year-old riders. But we got Team France up here on the podium in third place. And congratulations, you guys. First off, I'll go to Pascal. He won. What? How's it feel?
My serious weekend is very big for me.
And so he said to call him Frenchie. Frenchie, what was it like for you? And tell us a little bit about your team.
Well, I live in PA and I'm from France, and I wanted a French team, so I look at the sign up and I saw his name from the Réunion Island, which is France, the French colony. So I messaged him on Facebook, said, "You want your French team?" And we looked for a third rider. We talked to Marvin Muscan, and he was better. So I was our first choice right there, and he killed it. It was so much fun. It was great to be here. It's a big deal for this guy. He came from like a small island in the Pacific and a French island, and he killed it. 50 pro champion, and dude, who killed it, guys?
Great job, Team France. We do have one fill-in, though, stepping up to help Team France. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so I was up at sign-ups, and I ran into Greg. He was looking for a 30 rider, and I just jokingly said, "Hey, I could ride with you guys." And he said, "Really? You want to step up?" And sure enough, I said, Marvin Muscan said no, and I said, oui. So we went over to sign up, and the rest is history, man. It's been a great weekend out at Glen Helen. I did the 30 intermediate and 35-plus intermediate and added on the World Cup. I drove 250 miles home on Friday night to trick-or-treat with my kids, came back Saturday morning for the World Cup, and I couldn't be happier to jump in with these two really fast guys. I hope to think I held my own in the 30-plus, and we put it up here on the podium, man. So we're stoked.
All right, that's it for the French. On the podium, congratulations from the other side of the world, from PA, from the U.S.
Right on, guys.
All right, thank you, Josh Mosman. How about I don't know how Josh got that info before us. Shout out to him.
It's coming from above.
It sure is. He has got his fingers and toes out. He already knew that Team Brazil 2 was second, France is third, and Italy are winners here today. Congratulations. Tough break for the United States. Marcus, what I'm saying, that they need a 50-plus rider. Are you the savior? In a couple years, you got a year and a half. Could Mark Tilley be the savior for the United States, or do we need to make a call to Jeremy McGrath?
I think we need to make a call to the king, because if I do that, then I can't be up here bringing all this live action on the Motocross Action YouTube channel. You couldn't be bringing this, and you know what? Right about now, I'm thinking you might not be able to do this stuff without me.
I would not. And let's think about this, too, that next year you'll be 49 still, right?
No. Next year at this time, I will be 49. I'm only 48.
Oh, you're only 48. So I'm thinking Jeremy McGrath, 50-plus. Mark Tilley, 40-plus. Eli Tomac, 30-plus. Let's do it next year. And we are ready for Josh Mosman. Let's send it down to the podium. He has our winning country, Italy.
All right, we are here with the winners of the World Cup of Nations here at the Glen Helen World Vet Championship. Second place goes to Brazil, but the Brazilians are actually back on the track right now, racing currently. So that's what you have when you have a lot of races going on. But we're going straight to the winners. We got Team Italy here. How does it feel, you guys? Starting with Marcello Dossetti right here in the front.
Yeah, I am very happy, little big English, quindi però sono molto contento, parlo italiano così. È stata una bella gara, ho corso con quelli di 30 anni, io ne ho 42, però mi sono divertito, ho fatto terzo assoluto, quindi è stata una bella gara, bella organizzazione, sono molto very happy.
That's cool. Well, there you have it for our Italian friends. But Marcello's been coming here for a couple years now for World Vet Championships. How many times have you been here now?
Cosa che ha detto? Four times. It's good.
4 times from Italy to California for the Glen Helen World Vet Championships. Tell us how it was from your perspective.
Yes, I raced here for the first time in 2016. Nice. I'm very happy. It's a dream. I'm very tired. It's very hot in Glen Helen, but it's a wonderful place. And
You got the gold. You got the gold, and you guys got the beautiful trophy. Mike, tell us how it was from your perspective.
Yeah, it's the first time for me in Glen Helen. Very nice race, 2 times first. Fantastic.
And how's it? You've watched Glen Helen on TV before. You've seen photos before. Now you're first time here. What's the experience like?
But it's a super expensive. The track is very, very nice. The organization is perfect. I think this is the first race in the world for a veteran rider.
And tell us where you're from in Italy, and maybe tell us where these guys are from as well.
No.
Where you live?
I live in Rovereto, Nomi. It's a small city in North Italy. And
where do these guys live?
In dove capite? Brescia. And Mirko lives in Roma.
Roma, cool. So, Team Italy, there you guys have it. Gold medals, big trophy, and number 1 place for Team Italy at the World Cup of Nations.
Thank you! Congratulations, Team Italy holds. They entered that Moto number 1. They exit that Moto number 1. Now, we did see a switch of positions, and Brazil stepped it up. They overtook France. France was second heading into that Moto, but now Brazil able to take the number 2 spot on the strength of some really, really strong finishes.
Now I can say I told you so. Watch out for that Brazil team. Remember when we were talking about that? So yeah, and you know what? Your U.S. team, if you can get those other 2 riders, I will sacrifice being in the booth for those 2 motos, and I will race the World Cup if you bring in those other 2 fantastic USA riders.
Well, we'll see if somebody can get a note through to ET3. He represented the USA so well at MX Nations. Maybe he'll come out here. And ET, I think he's like 32 years old, right?
I believe so.
All right, I do believe our podium is ready. Josh Mosman has the aforementioned Brazil team that stepped up big here on Sunday. Let's send it down to the 3rd member of our team, Josh Mosman.
All right, well, we did get 2 of the 3 Brazilian riders. Their lead rider in the 30-plus class, he's back out on the track battling with Josh Fout and the rest of the guys right now. But we want to give a big shout to these guys all the way from Brazil here to race at Glen Helen, and you guys score 2nd place. So are you happy?
Richard Verois, Fabricio Escario, Caio Lopez, MQ1.
Yeah. And are you happy? Like, tell us what it's like. Is it a fun experience today?
Yo hablo español y estoy muy contento de estar acá. Hace 10 años que vengo a esta competición y muy contento en estar en este podium con los amigos de Brasil. Hermosa carrera de hoy.
That's cool. Okay, well, I understand muy contento, so that's good, right? Muy contento. Muy bien. Great job out there, very fast. Do you have anything to say?
Só queria agradecer os companheiros que fizeram parte desse time. É um prazer muito grande estar correndo aqui. É uma colocação bacana para todos nós. E agradecer os apoios, patrocinadores, os amigos, a família. E muito obrigado. Thank you.
Thank you. And congratulations, Team Brazil. That's the best part about motocross. Motocross is there's no languages on the track. When you guys are all riding, you look like the same riders. So that's the one thing. It's an international sport, and it's beautiful to see us come together. We can't even speak that well, but on the track, I see you guys are hard chargers. So great job. And any last words that you want to say to friends and family back home that are watching the live stream? Any more people you want to thank to say gracias?
Gracias. Muchas gracias a todos.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you.
All right.
Congratulations, and we may need a translator down there
in the comments.
In the comments,
if we can get a translator in the comments. Josh Mosman asking all of those great questions. Great in the interview box. I mean, we know more about those people than we knew about them when we first came up there. But it's a great thing. I mean, it's really cool. Josh getting all of that information, and like we said, if you can translate what they were saying. They look pretty happy. They definitely look pretty happy. And come here and win some races. All of the guys down there in all three different teams that ended up on the podium. This is a huge draw for people to come over to the WVET World Championships now. And just having one more reason to come over and race your dirt bike, you're all welcome. Come on over.
So it's Italy, Brazil, France, your top 3 here in 2025. Team USA, there's work to be done. Like I said, we got to try to assemble this dream team for next year. It's been quite a few years since Team USA has been able to win this thing. I don't know who we got to put a call into. Is the GOAT Ricky Carmichael watching out there? Our boy Brownie, unfortunately, is banged up. He'd always be a good candidate to have on there, but we have got to find a way to get
we got to figure this out. You got to make it your life's goal for the next 364 days, and we got to figure this out.
We will see what happens. Dare I say a shocking result. And speaking of shocking, we've been talking about the battery-powered Stark Varg all day long. Let's find out a little more about the Stark Varg.
One of the cool things about the World Vet Championships is that Glen Helen can do whatever they want, and that means they can allow electric bikes into the classes with 4 strokes and 2 strokes on the track. One of the guys in charge of doing that is Ryan Ritter. He's representing Stark Future here in Southern California. It's been about 2 years now, and what I've seen from this guy is a lot more Starks at the track and also a friendly face that we can ask questions to and kind of just come to understand what this brand is all about and what this totally new way of making power is all about as well. So, Ryan, what has it been like for you working with them, but also tell us a little bit about what you got going on today with multiple bikes on the track?
Yeah, so we've got about 5 or 6 riders riding Starks this weekend. World Vet's one of our biggest events of the year. We're super appreciative of Lori and Glen Helen to allow us to come out here and race with the premier combustion bikes. And yeah, we're excited to go against combustion another year and see what we can do.
That's cool. And so right now it's kind of a hot topic because World Supercross just allowed a new rule this year where Vince Freeze and Stark guys are able to race with the 450s, and it's going to be exciting to watch next weekend. But this weekend we got a little battle. It's a rematch of last year. Trevor Stewart got the better of me. We had 3 moto format. I got 1 moto win. He got the other 2 and got the overall on the Stark. But what was it like from your perspective watching your brand, your baby, go up against the quietest bike going up against the loudest bike and just seeing us put it all on the track?
I mean, me personally, I think it was one of the most fun races I've ever watched. I mean, it's very unique to see 2 riders at your guys' level, you on a 450, Trevor on a Stark, really go head-to-head and actually have a real battle like that at insane speeds. So, me personally, I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, last year was one of the gnarliest, most fun races I've ever watched in my entire life. So I think it'll shape up for another good battle.
That's cool. So good times. Stark Future represented here at Glen Helen. Awesome to see a new brand, a new way of making power, and taking on the hills here at Glen Helen. That 80 horsepower mode with Trevor Stewart last year, he was gone on the start. I gotta work on my reaction time or something, huh?
Yeah, I mean, the 80 horsepower thing, it's a little weird because 80's pretty uncontrollable, as you can imagine. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, even in a high horsepower start mode, you got to make sure your timing's good.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, Starks on the track, regular bikes, 4 strokes, 2 strokes on the track. Glen Helen track is massive. It's time to hit the track for me.
I'll tell you before you hit the track, Josh, in just a few seconds, see if you can chase down our friends from ARC. But talking about that Stark Varg, man, what a performance they have put on today here, Mark.
Yeah, we got to see it with Metzger in that World Cup motos. We got to see back-to-back 2 Starks just dominate the start on there. So they're coming, and there's definitely another outlet for people that have a chance to ride dirt bikes. And again, as we were saying, whatever gets you on a dirt bike, I'm all about it.
No doubt about it, guys. We got to keep this great sport going and support those who support it. All of our wonderful sponsors out there, and that includes ARC. Why don't we find out a little bit more about our friends from ARC?
All right, I'm here with Jason from ARC Levers. Jason, ARC is pretty popular in the pro pits, huh? Tell us a little bit about the different teams that are running ARC right now.
I mean, we got a few teams out there that are running. We got Honda, HRC, Star, Yamaha, Factory Kawasaki, Pro Circuit. We do have a couple new factory teams that are going to be named here very shortly that we can let loose. But yeah, pretty much almost every factory team out there is running our levers.
That's pretty exciting. So I'm excited for that new team that you're mentioning. You said maybe Tuesday we get to hear about it?
I believe they're going to be having a launch party on Tuesday, so you can figure that out from there.
Yeah, good times. So ARC levers, tell us a little bit about what makes you guys special, what sets you apart from the rest, and I guess why so many factory teams choose to run ARC.
I mean, we go above and beyond to make sure that these things are as precise as possible, made in the USA, lifetime warranty. We got all the patents and everything for these, so we're the original folding lever out there. So there's not much else to really look for.
And what about changing the leverage ratio? I worked with Bob for a while on it a couple years ago. I know you guys are still doing it as well with ARC. So what can you do to change the feel of your clutch or even your front brake?
Yeah, so if you're thinking about how it was back in the day with like your cable-operated clutch, you move that hole so that way it changes the pivot angle and everything of the cable. With a hydraulic setup now, which is what everything's going to, it's really hard to kind of figure that out. So we're the only company in the industry that offers our power lever, which comes with the little chips that allow you to move that hole to give you a bunch of different ratio options, up to 6. So if you're looking for a more of a light switch trigger for your brake if it's too spongy, or if you want your clutch to engage sooner to get it off your fingers when you're pulling it to the bar, you have the option to do that for you.
That's pretty cool. So as a test rider, I appreciate being able to try different options and figure out exactly what fits me the best. Jason, thanks for being out here, for supporting the World Vet Championship. What's it mean for you and for ARC levers, I guess, just to be out here in the sun on a weekend here at Glen Helen?
Oh, we love it. I mean, been in the industry forever, and obviously we want to support everybody from the top down, from the pros down to the privateers and just your weekend warriors, so we're really happy to be out here.
Awesome. Well, thanks for doing it, Jason, and thanks, ARC levers, for supporting the event.
Us. We do really appreciate all the support. I want to run through it one more time, Mark, that it takes an army of support to pull this off. W, ARC Levers, ASV Inventions, who we're going to hear from in moments, CC Motorsports, Fun Bike Center, IWC Motorsports Tire Pros, RD Suspension, CD, Shui, Temecula Motorsports, Pro Circuit, Yamaha, and Pasha. Some of the great sponsors making this happen, paying some bills for us. We're going to find out more about ASV Inventions when we come back. And, of course, the legend Pasha as well, and all of our great sponsors. Stay with us, guys. The World Vet Motocross Championships. We'll be back after this. The 41st W World Vet Motocross Championship, brought to you by Pro Circuit, Yamaha, and by Pasha Racing.
Champ here in 2025.
Welcome back, everybody. We're getting you set for 30-plus Pro Moto 2 from the W World Vet Motocross Championship here from legendary Glen Helen Raceway, San Bernardino, California. What a tremendous weekend of racing it has been, and we're not done yet. Now, throughout the weekend, I've shouted out some of those great sponsors who make this event possible, and one of them is my buddy Bob from ASV Inventions. Bob, thank you so much for being here. We know you've been busy down there in the Midway. Could you tell me a little bit about what it's like being out here at the World Vet Nationals with your great product?
Yeah, it's exciting. This is our 25th year being here. We started ASV 25 years ago. We've been coming to this event every year since. I've been racing it for almost 30 years. So it's a tradition for us, for sure.
Super cool. Now, we've talked about how rough the track is, and we've seen some mishaps out there. So I imagine you may have a few people coming to you for leather.
Oh, for sure, yeah. What I love about this race is it's a true international race. There are guys from all over the world on the line, and when I race it, I love just seeing who's next to me from what country. So we've been doing a lot of international sales out here as well.
Tell me a little bit about the history of your company. How did you get involved in this, and how did you arrive at Levers?
So I had a mountain bike components company, but I raced motocross every weekend as my hobby, and I'd sold that company. I had a non-compete for 2 years, so I decided I'm going to get in the motorcycle business. And I had broken a lever while practicing at a De Anza Raceway, a local track out here, and couldn't race on a Sunday because they didn't have a parts seller out there at the track. So I spent Sunday looking at my bike and man, I got to do something about this. So I came up with an idea for a pivoting lever that wouldn't break when you crash, and there you go. And then a couple years later, that was 95, and then by 2000, I started ASV and did it.
That's so cool. You remind me of what Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank says. He says you want to create a successful business, solve a problem. And
That's what we do. Yep.
You just solve the problem.
That's what inventing is. That's why it's ASV Inventions. We try to solve problems with products.
Well, we really appreciate you being here. Something I was talking to Mark Tilley about, too, that what do we got to do to get Team USA back up there in the mix? They've had a rough go against some really tough teams. We have to give major congratulations to Team Italy. They got it done.
They're doing great, yeah. I think we're down with some injuries, definitely. So with Brownie down and, some of those guys like that. So I think we'll come back strong next year.
Amen. Well, I know he's watching at home, so shout out Mike Brown. Before we let you go, where can we follow ASV Inventions and what's coming next?
Everything we have is at ASV Inventions, our website, our social media. Look for some new products coming out in the next couple of years. We're actually going to expand it beyond levers. So we've got some exciting collaborations that we're doing with Tamer Whole Shot, ODI Grip. So we've got some cool new things coming up.
I can't wait for that. And finally, you got any picks here in the 30-plus Pro Moto number 2? We watched Mike Alessi put on a pretty good performance there in Moto number 1. He was able to get a second, but these guys are just flying out there. There's a lot of talent.
Yeah, well, I'm Team Alessi. I'm close with the family, so I'm rooting for Mike.
Awesome. Well, thanks again for stopping by. We appreciate all the support. Check them out, guys. ASV Inventions, one of our many sponsors here at Glen Helen Raceway, San Bernardino, California, as we count down the minutes till 30-plus Pro Moto 2 coming up a little bit later on. We got the one, the only Mark Tilley coming back in. And, Mark, 30-plus right now. If you're Mike Alessi, what are you doing in between motos to try to close this gap?
Yeah, I'm looking at how my bike was handling and know that it's going to get a little bit rough and just kind of get mentally prepared. I need to get that start. I know Brian's going to come out just wide open, and he's got lots of stuff on the horizon. But it was nice when you were talking to Bob. I got to talk to Pasha for a while and talk about
that. We should
all that kind of stuff. So
we should make Pasha get up here and
the only bad part about having Pasha here is he can go on and on and on because he's doing so many different things. So it's a nice thing to do. And we kind of go from there. But it sounds like our buddy Josh had a chance to catch up with Lucky from ASV as well. So we're going to maybe check that out.
We are here with Lucky Foster of ASV Inventions. ASV, a strong partner for Glen Helen, also a partner of Motocross Action. You guys got lots of cool products, but Lucky, you've been on the road representing ASV all over the world. But what's it like to be here at the World Vet Championships?
This is our backyard. Glen Helen is our backyard, so I love being here because we get to support our local, community. So we set up our technical support booth at all our local races, and just being here is always a blast. Glen Helen, it's amazing. The toughest, roughest track.
Yep. And that is certainly true today. The track is gnarly out there, but people are going strong still. And so, Lucky, talk a little bit about what you guys got going on. As this is being recorded, it's Halloween weekend. You got something special for it, huh?
We do. We got some little gifts and treats for the kids. So if they come by, we'll definitely hook them up. But we also have our EMIG Purple, our Pro Pack that is just launching this week. So if you go to asvinventions.com, you can see the brand new EMIG Pro Pack and our F4 purple combination that's out for Halloween. So, yeah, I mean, we always got new products, but it's our 25-year anniversary, so we're just kind of enjoying the sun, man, and just being out at the races, just making it happen.
And this guy's been enjoying the sun at a lot of races, traveling pretty much 24/7. We like to say Josh Fout races 60 weekends a year. I think Lucky travels 60 weekends a year. But ASV is out here. You got Jeff Emig now working with ASV as well. So he's got the Emig Pro Grip from ODI. Now he's got the Emig series with ASV. Tell us a little bit about the benefits of running ASV. No breaking leverage, right?
Yeah, you can't break our levers, and we're realistic. You know, people are going to bang them stuff up, and stuff's going to happen, but we love our warranty. It's more like a guarantee. You just give us a call, we lick a stamp, we just send you another pair. A lot of people thought we were crazy for doing this years ago, but when we sell hundreds of thousands of levers and 4% of them come back, and half the time it's a hand-me-down bike, and we still honor it, we still take care of people, just because it's about giving back, like I said earlier, to the motocross community. And we're a firm believer in helping the privateers, helping the next generation, and keeping this sport live and active. So the main reason why we're here.
Yeah. Glen Helen, World Vet Championships, ASV, Lucky Foster, Josh Mosman. It's an honor to run ASV and an honor to be here at the track with you guys. Good times. Thanks for supporting it.
Boom, deuces.
Thank you very much, Josh Mosman, and thank you, ASV, and all of our other great sponsors as we get you set to go. Like I said, we're counting down the minutes till 30-plus Moto 2. We may show you some bonus coverage until we get there. Over 1,400 racers here competing. We're going to highlight some of them when we return. Stay with us, guys. The 41st Annual World Vet Motocross Championships will be back. The 41st W World Vet Motocross Championship, brought to you by Seedy, Shoei, and by Temecula Motorsports.
Champ here in 2025.
Probably right. Right.
All right, we welcome you back to the 41st Annual World Vet Motocross Championships as we count down the minutes to that 30-plus Pro Moto 2. I hope you guys have really enjoyed the coverage here. As we talked about, Mark, it is so much work that this team is putting on, and multiple races all throughout the day. We're going to try to highlight some of those right now. I think we've got 65 plus and women out on the track right now with 55 plus coming next. But how many times do you think we have dropped the gate so far this weekend? Shout out to Lori Wilson, Tia, the entire team here at Glen Helen Raceway, putting 1,400 entries through this track.
Yeah, let's hear about that in the comments. Right now, how many times do you think that the gate will be dropped on the World Vet Weekend? There's 1,400 entries and just about 1 million classes. Classes all the way up to 80 years old, I think, is what you were telling us yesterday and today, Jack. So from 25 plus to 80 plus and 1,400 entries. How many times do you think the gate has dropped all weekend long? And multiple classes within each race. So you can't just go down and count the number of races. So lots going on. Our production crew getting treated to smash burgers. So about right now, they're getting through their smash burger. And so if we go dead on the air, it's because we're all in a food coma from Smash Burgers. Thank you to Miguel and Amy and the crew down there at Smash Burgers for hooking up lunch. Now we're just trying
California Smash Burgers.
California Smash Burgers. If you're following them on Instagram, they're if you're a Glen Helen local, you know exactly what we're talking about because they're here all the time. They do some of the truck events as well, but we like to have them here at the Saturday morning motocrosses, the SRAs, the all the other stuff that goes on here at Glen Helen. But again, California Smash Burgers, I guarantee you will not be disappointed if you order their food. You will be trying to stay awake though after you consume it. That's for sure.
I didn't hear what you said. I fell asleep, Mark. I apologize over that. But you won't fall asleep with this great battle here. This is the battle for the lead. This is actually 55 expert category. Like I said, a lot of riding talent here from all over the country, all over the world. And these guys right now racing towards the win. This is lap number 2 in this category. Got to say, knock on wood, too. I never want to give anybody the announcer's jinx, but we've had a pretty trouble-free, injury-free weekend here at Glen Helen. Let's hope to keep it that way. Always love to see that. Racers keeping the racing clean.
Yeah, not because of a lack of racing action. We've had all kinds of racing action. We've been able to bring you lots of the passes and another pass going on. So
right there.
Been able to bring you a lot of passes and a lot of really good instant replays of those passes on and seeing all the racing action going on. And this above bird's eye view of the Glen Helen course is just amazing drone footage.
I believe that's Earl Reamer out of Ontario, Canada, holding off Craig Davis out of Las Vegas, Nevada on the Yamaha. So another international battle. Here comes the man from Vegas giving chase. Can he run him down? We shall see. We'll keep an eye on that one. A good one, too. We look at what's going on behind him. You got Michael Roth. He comes from Cave Creek, Arizona, one of my favorite motorcycle rallies of the year, Arizona Bike Week. Mark, you got to come to that one. I don't know if we could break you in on a rally just yet. It's a little wow.
Yeah, when I was doing sales for my buddy Pete Petrano, who's here with Scalvini Pipes and Rinaldi Tires, I actually caught the beginning of one of Arizona Bike Week's thing, and yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to leave that to you because there's a lot of stuff that goes on that I just don't know if I could handle.
We're taking a look right now at the 14X of Randy Cernini out of Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. He's battling with the number 173. That is Graham Guntrip from Golden, British Columbia. Again here, international racers from all over. Well, I always tell everybody, if you can only go to one rally, pick Daytona Bike Week because you get to do Supercross as well going on down there. Arena Cross is down there.
Yeah, I did that a couple years ago with my video production guy, Travis Fant. And I believe Jared Hicks, one of my test riders, was with us. And that's back when Enduro Cross. They had Enduro Cross there, so we went Supercross, Endurocross, and kind of went there. Craig Davis coming to the inside.
Banging bars. That is the 811 of Craig Davis, the man from Sid City, Las Vegas, mixing it up with the proud Canadian. We got ourselves a battle. Hope you're loving every single minute of it. What does the 811 have here heading back up the hill? Does that Yamaha have the horsepower? Oh my, here comes the 811 to the outside, outside, inside. This is where Alessi made a pass. Craig makes a pass at the same exact spot. The man from Vegas rolling the dice. Can he make it stick? Shows him the front fender, and he is gone. Las Vegas, Nevada takes the lead over the Canadian rider for now. Oh, look at that. He checked out. Do we have a problem?
Yeah, the Canadian rider went off the track a little bit, maybe not being able to contain himself with all the excitement.
Wow, what a tremendous, tremendous battle we are seeing here. That is for sure. I think, speaking of motorcycle rallies, Bud Feldkamp's basically having his own with MotoFest. We invite all you guys, no matter what you ride. If you ride Harleys, if you ride street bikes, they're all invited here for MotoFest. They're going to have a vintage bike show. We had the Baja Drags last year, which were a ton of fun. So make sure you check that out. You can check that out on Cycle Drag YouTube. The great Aaron Kennard actually edited us a piece. As we got to take a look at this pass again. The man from Las Vegas on the Yamaha, Craig Davis, trying to find a way around. Earl Reimer from Ontario, Canada, takes the inside line about the same place I believe Alessi made a pass.
Yeah, about the
earlier
same way.
today. Same line. Canadian battles back, but this is when Craig grabs a handful of Yamaha horsepower and rides away.
Yeah, Reimer went a little bit deep in that, jumped a little bit far, and then right here he kind of goes off to the side. He was trying to come back and make that pass back on him, and he was kind of pushed the front end over the berm right there.
White flag out here in the 50-plus category, just one to go. And I'll tell you what, I hope Davis didn't rest on his laurels a little bit because Reimer has closed in a little bit. Look at that, Mark. That gap was looking a little healthier moments ago. Reimer back on the charge. He says, easy, Mr. Las Vegas. This isn't over yet. Canada coming hard.
Yeah, I traveled a long way. I traveled way longer than you to get here, and I'm going to make sure it's worth my while.
That's why you got to love the ebb and flow of some of these novice and racers featuring some of the old guys that you'll appreciate it once you get older, that you get that burst of energy and then the fatigue monster comes up, but then you get another burst of energy. You never know. It's not necessarily continuous when you're like 22 years old.
Well, yeah, and I know that I got a text earlier from my buddy Pat Lopez, who runs OGO and does some O'Neill stuff.
Love
as well.
OGO.
Yeah, OGO definitely. If you're looking for a bag, any kind of bag, you have the backpack.
Oh, I love it.
And I also have that. That's kind of our mobile command unit. But he's watching his buddy Alex Ray in the first moto and in the first 30-plus moto, and saying that, hey, I hear that they're doing other races and don't know exactly what races we're able to get to and not able to get to, but Pat, this is one that we're able to get to. So hopefully, he was saying one of his buddies was in that. So maybe this is one of those races. So again, Pat was saying that he's of age to be able to race in a class that he wasn't of age to be able to race in, and he's going to make one last go at it. Maybe hit Loretta's and all that kind of stuff. So it's definitely kind of cool to see friends back at the races. Hopefully I'll see Pat here in a couple weeks at the Day in the Dirt. I know that he likes to frequent that event. So, and Pat's daughter is she's not huge, but she is starting to be a very established gymnast. And I've kind of watched her grow up via Pat's Instagram and all that kind of stuff. So it's definitely a really cool thing that we're able to bring this to everybody with the L&M Productions and Bud Feldkamp stepping up and putting this live stream together, and with Motocross Action's YouTube channel. It was on Dirt Bike Magazine's YouTube channel for an event yesterday, on the Racing Jack YouTube channel for an event after that, and then straight to Motocross Action's YouTube channel. And then now all day long today it's been on YouTube. So the technology that's allowing us to do that is a great thing. And like I said, hopefully if you got more people that are out there, chime in, tell us in the comments, and let us know if you want to see something different.
And here comes the 811 out of Las Vegas, Nevada, your winner, 55 intermediate. Craig Davis holds off the Fast Canadian. Did the Fast Canadian hold off the man from Arizona? Yes, he does, because I saw Michael Roth was not too far behind, but, oh, man, he is now. Something might have happened. Roth might have went down there on that last lap. We'll update you on these results. And, again, we're getting you ready for 30-plus Pro Moto 2. Hope you guys are loving this live action today from Glen Helen Raceway. All the boys here from Motocross Action hosting us today. Thank you very much. We do appreciate that. All of our great sponsors, Bud Feldkamp. You can see, interesting the procedure, too, that they've got it down to a science here. Everything is flagged off with 1,400 motorcycles exiting this racetrack. You have to be very careful where you send them. Let's take a look at the unofficial results. As mentioned, Las Vegas, Nevada's own Craig Davis taking the win, holding off Earl Reimer. Michael Roth comes home on top of the box in the number 3 spot.
Yeah, lots of action going on, and we go straight into another moto and another full gate, another gate drop, maybe even a couple gate drops. But lots of racing, lots of stuff going on here. And if you're 25 plus, there is a class for you to race. There's probably multiple classes for you to race here. But bringing it to you, it's only 25 plus, and you don't, doesn't really matter what you ride. We've seen Stark Barks, we've seen gas-powered bikes, we've seen just about everything that you can see on two wheels.
I think I see Mike Brown. Did Mike Brown, is he a late entry on the number 3? That might be an homage to Mike Brown. This, according to my notes, is the 40-plus novice category. So this is what we would call 40C back east. This would be my class, Mark. I'm a little intimidated because these guys look a whole heck of a lot faster than me. My goodness. We'll see.
If you look at it, that's almost a full gate.
Yes, it is.
So as we wind down the week or the weekend, and we still have full gates of riders on there, or close to full gates, and here we go.
Here we go, guys. 320 feet into Talladega turn. Who will get the whole shot? The homage to Brownie out front, the number 3. No, it looks like the number 3 lost it just at the last second. Is it a KTM orange bike out front? Here comes a red machine. We got a huge bottleneck and a lot of congestion behind them as we send 40 novice off. Look at it, number 3, though, not giving up. Great battle here, early stages of the World Vet Nationals. Heading 35 stories up Mount St. Glen Helen. Here, wow, number 3 checking out all of a sudden. We'll get some data on this individual.
He's
in
pulling
just a
a Brownie.
He
right
certainly
there.
is.
Brownie's all about it. He doesn't have to be first to that first turn, but he wants to be first to that checkered flag. That's for sure.
My goodness, he is channeling his inner Mike Brown. To the outside of that big berm. Talking about track conditions right now, Mark, how much different is this track going to be for Moto number 2 coming up in the 30 plus class? Wow, as evidenced by, look at these bikes bouncing around right now.
Oh, it's going to be a completely different track.
Yeah, we're not prepping in between these motos. It's rough.
Yeah, well, and like I said before, is they were on a pretty bump-free track, not a lot of lines developed yet, and it's kind of get out and go as fast as you can. Yeah, this second moto is going to be a completely different motocross track. Like, you can see just going into this stuff, you can see the bumps, and even the guys that are here all the time, like a Brian Medeiros, or even a Alessi, the track doesn't develop the same at the World Vet as it does on a normal practice day, because you have a different, I don't know if I want to say a different caliber of rider, but you have an older rider, and they basically turn at the top of the hill and they drag the brake all the way down. Whereas you do get some kind of brakes in those braking bumps and acceleration bumps. I get to ride here a lot, fortunately, and coming to the vet race, you can't really practice what the track's going to do and how it's going to develop, because it's never going to develop this way again all year long. So they're going to get a completely different track, and probably not something they're used to seeing late in the day. So Brian's definitely going to have to pull out all the stops, get that start, and make it all happen from the front, because I think coming from behind and being able to pass somebody like a Michael Alessi is going to be a lot harder to do.
We'll get some data here as we are about to complete one lap in our 40 novice category, making that last turn before we hit the home stretch. Melissa will throw the green flag, and it is Jefferson Biarsha taking the lead here and hanging on to it. He's the Husqvarna racer, number 3 that we talked about, the Mike Brown fan. Right now, you are taking a look. Is that the 251? Yes, it is. That is Sergio Antonio Hureta Lopez, and he rides a Triumph. You can guess which country he's from. I don't have any data, but I'm betting one of Latin descent. One of the many talented Latin riders here with us this weekend. Robbie Irvin, currently rounding out top 3. Tommy Marquardt in second. He comes from Menifee, California. What a home field advantage. We're talking about people from thousands of miles away and hours on an airplane, and Tommy's from Menifee, right down the road. Not too bad.
And we see that all weekend long. We see that with guys that in the last moto with Craig Davis coming from Las Vegas, and the other man coming from Canada. So we see that all weekend long. Our buddy Pascal coming from that little tiny island, having to take 5 different flights to get here, racing against somebody that is racing from 2.5 hours away up north in Northern California. So it's great to see. If you didn't get to see the World Cup, the 2 World Cup motos, those were on this recording earlier today. So lots of racing action going on. Again, still the 30-plus pro second moto. Brian Medeiros from the MXA Wrecking Crew dominating moto number 1. And Mike Alessi coming up towards the end of that moto. So we'll see if Brian can do it again. We see if he can cap off his great weekend of race winning and coming into marital bliss with the engagement earlier. I believe it was yesterday.
He said he found the right one.
Yeah, and that's great.
I'm still looking.
I think he found the right one, and she's in Texas.
So sometimes you might have to look at other states.
So
right?
maybe as you fly around the world,
have you found the right one, Mark?
I got kids.
Yeah,
so,
okay, all right.
I've found the right ones.
Well, I know you were looking at the Aquarius last week, so we can appreciate
you know what?
that.
I think that's more of you and our buddy James over there that were going, because I think right before you went to the Aquarius, you went to the In-N-Out right across the street.
Yes.
So you guys were
does the body good,
making that happen.
Got to wash my girlish figure, though, as I said, as we continue on here. 40-plus novice lap. Oh, my! Some of that track, maybe. Wow. Maybe a little excessive track watering there that rider was not expecting.
No, that was off the side of the track.
Yeah, he was
that was
way
definitely off the side of the track.
What caused him to go that far off the track?
We are watching the 40 novice class. So look, he jumped to the right, and that's
man, he's lucky he didn't hit a tree. Look at that. It looks like McGrath back in the day running across those ponds.
That's Chad Reed Daytona style right there.
Gosh, I'm glad he was able to hydroplane. The 283 gets around him. That was Robbie Irvin who got in trouble out of Edmond, Oklahoma on a Yamaha. Brandon Kirkendale is the one who we saw. He now moves up to second. That's the 283 machine right there. Kirkendale all the way from Pasco, Washington, making the long trip down to compete here in Southern California here this weekend.
Yeah, our Yamaha rider is lucky that there was a lot of water there, because he might be cleaning out his shorts after this one, because he just came over from the other side, from the REM side or the Arroyo track side, jumped a little bit wide, a little bit off to the right on the transition back in, and that's where he ended up. So maybe a little fatigue going in this 40 novice class on lap 3 right now. So these guys are probably getting pretty tired, and that track is definitely not smooth anymore.
Yes, Jefferson Bichara, the number 3. They are definitely quizzing our knowledge of countries, too, because they say it's from Manuel Ribas, but then our country is NA on all of these. So where is Manuel Ribas? Manuel, is it Brazil? Could it be Viva
He's
Brazil?
from that very prestigious island of not available.
Yeah, well, that's what a lot of these are saying, unfortunately. I don't know who got the fat fingers down there at Tech, but that's apt to happen. We also have somebody from Mexico, NA. That's apt to happen as well. Might be next Mexico, North America. Anyhow, we continue on. I want to ask you something, Mark, because you kind of shed some light on some of the technique here. As how often do you drag the brake around this racetrack?
Because I'm used to off-road, I drag the brake everywhere.
Everywhere? How you go through a set of brake pads already?
My foot's always kind of on the brake, but I'm a little bit unorthodox when it comes to brake dragging and that kind of stuff. About the only place I don't do it all the way down is I try to treat the downhills like they're uphills and go as fast as I can, and then I'm lucky enough to be here a lot, so I kind of get an idea of where it's gonna kind of build up and where it's not gonna build up. But a lot of people would drag the brake in the corners to kind of keep that back end settled down and go from there. So I'm not a very big jumper, so I keep my brake on a lot.
Well, that's good advice. Take notes, because Mark Tilley knows how to go fast here. Moments ago, you saw the pass from, let me attempt this one, Enir Benediskin from Iceland. He's the 979 on the move out there. And here comes the 251 making a move. That is Sergio Antonio Herrera Lopez on the Triumph. Getting down. We don't know exactly what country he's from. Maybe one of our talented
I don't think that's one guy. I think that's like 3 different guys in there.
He's got the speed.
He's got that Triumph working pretty good.
If you got a name like Sergio Antonio, you probably are just a total stud and probably gets all the ladies.
Well,
I imagine.
and you look at it, he's got the MXA vibe going. Because he's got that orange top of the orange helmet vibe going on. So he's channeling his inner Brian Medeiros right now.
I dare you to try to pronounce where he's from on the computer, the city. Sergio Antonio. I wish we could spell it out for our viewers right now. I'm going to let Mark Tilley try to pronounce it, though. Aguilista. I don't know. We're trying. We don't know.
Aguascalientes?
Aguascalientes. Either that's a place or...
Yeah, and ahead of time, sorry for butchering all this stuff. And if we butchered your name, sorry for that as well. But this is not our forte when it comes to this stuff. So it looks like our brownie tribute right here, the big number 3, that might be coming to us from Brazil. Right
yeah, well, we could tell by that livery, tell by his uniform. That's definitely Brazil. Now that I take a good look at it, there's no mistake at that one, taking a look at the graphics. So Manuel Uribas is where he comes from. Jefferson Bichara continuing to make his way around, commanding lead, putting on a Mike Brown-esque performance. Maybe a nod to Dale Earnhardt. Maybe he's a Dale Earnhardt fan. Another one of the famous number 3s out there.
Very true.
Do it for Dale.
Do it for Dale and Mike. Whoa!
Oh my goodness!
Almost,
that would have been.
He almost crashed into a wall just like Dale.
Continuing on here, Jefferson Bichara trying to get the win. We'll see what he can do. Look at this down the downhill as well, dragging the brake.
That drone just shows you how fast these guys are coming down the downhill. And this is the 40 novice class. This isn't the 30 plus pro or 40 pro or anything like that. That's just the average guy. This is about as average as you can get when it comes to speed. We have the extremes of the pros and then maybe the slowers of the beginners. But that's an adrenaline rush.
And this is Einar once again from Iceland. He's the 979. He is in hot pursuit of Washington's Brandon Kirkendale. Can the Washington-based rider hold off the man from Iceland? Because right now, Iceland is putting it on him. I always wonder, too, how many places are there to ride in Iceland? I'd love to take some trips. Mark, we need to get on the Dirt Bike Magazine budget and start taking some trips abroad and doing some social videos.
Ron Lawson and Paul Kraus went to Iceland to race one of the enduros over there. And I remember, this is back before I was part of the magazine. Well, I was part of the magazine, but I was just a test rider. And I remember Ron and Paul Kraus going over there to race this race. And you think Iceland, there's ice everywhere. Well, it's not really true. Greenland has ice everywhere. Iceland has lots of rolling hills and lots of greenery around. And so, yeah, it would be kind of cool to go over and do some of that stuff. So be able to ride. I've been able to go to a lot of different places and ride my motorcycle. So hopefully when the kids are a little bit older, I'll get back in and start doing that.
Amen. Here comes Jefferson. He's just a few turns away, but we're keeping an eye on this double box battle right now. Will it be Iceland? Will it be the USA? Keep an eye. Here comes Iceland to the inside. Can he make it stick? Oh, no. Oh, no. Freaking Tommy just went down. Tommy went down. Jefferson takes the win. Man, the man from the United States goes down. I'm sorry, that was Brandon. Brandon Kirkendale goes down. And Einar, Melissa must be an Iceland fan. She's cheering him on.
I think that goes back to that whole thing of how far you travel.
Wow.
And we're going to watch it again.
He was putting pressure on him the entire race. And he waited until the very last moment. Darts to the inside. And the 283 must have got distracted, tired, fatigued. Just couldn't handle it, has a problem right there, and the man from Iceland is able to take a second-place finish here at the World Vet Motocross Championships. I do believe, according to our timing and scoring, Brandon did hold on to third, though, and that is good news for him. Wow.
Yeah. Again, I think it goes back to that. If you've traveled farther, you're going for that.
Let's take a look. Jefferson by Chara taking home the win. Einar Bendiskin from Iceland. Second, Brandon Kirkendale, who we saw moments ago have that little hiccup and lose a position at the end. He hangs on to a podium position. Congratulations. Thank you so much to our friends from IWC Motorsports Tire Pros. And again, guys, we're still setting up for our main event, which is coming soon, which will be 30-plus Pro Moto 2, where the question is, will it be Brian Medeiros again, or will Mike Alessi, Mr. Holeshot, find a way to step up? As we thank all the great sponsors, including the one and only Tony Pasha Pantera, our man. We'll be back right after this, guys. Stay with us. World Vet Championships from Glen Helen. We'll be back. The 41st W World Vet Motocross Championship, brought to you by Fun Bike Center, IWC Motorsports Tire Pros, and by RD Suspension. getting you set for the 30-plus Pro Moto 2 here from the 41st running of the W World Vet Motocross Nationals. I can't wait to see who steps up. Will anybody be able to stop Marados, or will it be Mr. Holeshot, Mike Alessi? And speaking of Mr. Holeshot, Mike Alessi, we had the great pleasure of watching him race a Pasha-prepped 125, and this is the man right here, Tony Pasha Pantera. I want to shake your hand because, sir, I believe we have a common interest, and that is the love of two-strokes. Thank you for everything you do and for making this 125cc event happen. How'd you come up with this?
Well, make a long story short, I was invited by a friend of mine, Mike Bierman, to race adult super minis. And I really fell in love with the super mini, the adult minis. And my old buddy, the engine builder, Terry Varner, had a motor on a local guy's 144. So he says, hey, go test this thing out. And I jumped on a 144 after having been on a 125 in like 100 years. And I just absolutely fell in love with it. That Monday, I bought a bike. I bought a YZ125, redid it, and I was having so much fun that I got all my friends around me to do it. And then just it grew and it grew and grew. And then I said, you know what? Let's just start 125 racing. And Motocross Action and Dirt Bike Magazine and everybody's been behind me, supporting me and everything, luckily and thankfully and everything. And it just blew up.
That's so cool.
So it's fantastic.
That's so cool. Now, we always talk about you being a Hollywood stuntman.
Yeah.
What exactly have you done? What movies have you worked on?
A lot. I've done probably 60 or 70 movies, but wow. I mean, my favorite, because I do acting and producing and everything, but my favorite movie as a stuntman, it would be Terminator 2.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So you were in Terminator 2?
Yeah.
You got to tell me about it.
Yeah, I was.
Don't tell me you were doing the T-1000.
Yes, I was.
Don't tell me you were the guy coming up the steps.
I was the liquid chrome guy in T-1000, yes. Yeah.
How about that? Well,
yes.
Tony, we got the 30-second card coming up in a little bit. We got to get you up here more throughout the weekend. I really appreciate it. And more than anything, thank you for your support, man. Reaching into your own pocket.
Yes.
That is just tremendous, man.
Yep.
Thanks a lot.
All
Tony,
right, thanks
Pasha,
for having me.
Thank you.
Yes,
We appreciate it.
you,
How about that? We learned something new today. Tony Pasha Pantera, T-1000. Yes. Have you seen John Connor? That iconic scene. I'm coming to talk to you more about that. We're going to have to, next broadcast, we're going to have to talk to Tony much more about that. My goodness, we got the 30-second card coming up with Savannah and Disco out there. Mark, did you hear that? One of the most legendary scenes in all of film, Terminator 2, Tony Pasha Pantera was riding that motorcycle.
Yeah, I got to find out a lot about Tony when I shot one of his bikes for the magazine. It was actually the bike that Josh Mosman won on this last year at the two-stroke nationals, and I got to learn a lot with it. And I can't believe he's done so many things, and definitely a really cool thing that he's doing for us. And he's a very accomplished man.
No doubt about that, guys. We are getting closer and closer, counting down the minutes till the 30-plus Pro Moto 2. I think we were talking about putting the card up. Might have been a brief delay, making sure everybody. Oh, there it is.
It's
Savannah
up. Here we go.
has the 30-second card up for the last time today. Savannah's going to haul butt off this Glen Helen race course, and we'll see if Mr. Holeshot can get it done. Here comes the 800. Our last race of the day. Gates down. Mike Alessi racing into the first corner. Talladega turn. Mr. Holeshot up front, and here comes Madero.
Medeiros and Alessi.
Medeiros. Oh, wait, no. Alessi fighting back. Where's that whole shot line at? I think Medeiros got it. But Alessi knows he cannot let him get too far away.
And Alessi went to the inside of that, so now he's on the inside. Alessi knows that he's got to get in front of Brian right now and take it all from the front. So he's making that happen right now. And it looked like one of our riders that finished way up front in Moto 2, the number 133 on that KTM, is a little bit back. But yeah, having a start, Medeiros and Alessi are going to be going at it hard for the first couple laps. But again, this is a different race course than it was in the first Moto. And it looks like McDonald right behind them. So the man that won the 40 class championship this year, running third right now in the 30 class. So, and we've seen him in, it seems like every single moto that we've covered.
Wow, so Alessi, clean air in front of him. He now controls his own destiny. A 2, we know that a 2-1 would be a 1 overall, and that is what Mr. Holshot is thinking about right now. But boy, he's got a long way to go with a lot of fast riders behind him. But you gotta like what you're seeing here, Mark. Starting to put a little bit of a gap. I mean, Alessi had a rough start last moto. He was chasing a lot of people, got hung up a little bit, but look at this gap widening. What did they do? Did they make some adjustments on that machine?
It could be. They could have made some suspension adjustments, maybe some power adjustments, or it's just Alessi, like he said in his interview with Josh Mosman. He hasn't had very much time on this bike, but he knows when it's go time. He knows when he's got to go. So maybe a little bit of racecraft thrown in there as well. But Medeiros is definitely going to have to get on the gas and get back to his back wheel because that's the best way that he can stay with him.
Well, here's where it's gut check time. It's fitness check time. This is Alessi's 4th moto of the weekend. He's out in front, has a comfortable lead, but can he hold it? This is when we see what type of shape is Mike Alessi in, because you know the man behind him on the Kawasaki, the newly engaged man who came a long way to be here. He, out of the MXA team, is very, very finely conditioned.
Yeah, well, and Brian, this is the first lap, so these guys are kind of feeling it out. They're seeing where they can charge and where they can't charge, and kind of go from there. I think a shot out. That rider in all red right there is Sean Collier.
Yeah, Sean Collier hanging on the Yamaha.
Sean almost making the pass.
Oh, no, in the drink. Somebody almost in the drink.
That was McDonald almost going off the track like we just saw in one of our novice motos, but that's Sean Collier on that Fast House-backed YZ450. Both of those guys well into the 40 class.
If you guys have noticed, this mountain does not drain well. This is why when they get rain out here, we've had to cancel a few of these races. Look at these puddles on the side of the track. McDonald almost finds himself.
Ran out of real estate.
Look at that. He almost found himself upside down in a massive puddle as Collier gets the pass on the Yamaha for the rider out of California. As he continues to motor around here, guys, it will be Mike Alessi, Meridos, McDonald, Collier, and DeSimone.
Brian's pulled right up on the back of Mike right now, so maybe now he knows where all the bumps are, and he's going to go for it. But Mike's not going to run away. It's Brian's got some bills to pay with that wedding coming up. Mark Moore showing us a paper of maybe he's a little bit money motivated right there, but he's definitely going to have to pay for that one way or another, and purse money's going to help.
Well, what would Mark know about that? His lovely better half is out here making all the money for him, so he's the man. How about that? Tia, what a great job in timing and scoring. We told you this whole staff here at Glen Helen Raceway just doing a fantastic job. This is a really, really tough race to score. Got to talk to Bud Feldkamp yesterday, and it's so awesome that Bud's already looking ahead to 2026 Moto Fest, two-stroke nationals. Hopefully we see Mike Alessi at some of these events.
Yeah, that would be great. And you're right. Mark's daughter, Tia, is definitely paying the bills on all the big money that she's making here at Glen Helen in the scoring department. So Mark's living that lavish lifestyle right about now. So, but yeah, racing action. It looks like, man, I'm impressed by Sean Collier. Sean Collier still holding his own with these guys. Could it be Sean pulling out a win at the very end? Because he's not letting Medeiros get away. He's right on his rear fender. And good racing action right there. Sean Collier, who, like we said earlier, is well known for riding that KX500 here around Glen Helen and making some very interesting motos.
I'm very impressed by Mike Alessi, who continues to lead. Mr. Holshot trying to build upon that second-place performance earlier today. 2 laps gone. If he can hold it for 6 more, he will be on top of the box, heading back to Florida. A very, very happy man, but he's got a long, long way to go because it has been so hard to stop the Kawasaki-backed rider behind him. Brian Medeiros, Team USA, Team MXA. Sean Collier on the Yamaha continues to run third. Justin McDonald, fourth out of New Zealand, and Dominic DeSimone, your top 5. Keep an eye, too, on Lopez out of Brazil. Lopez Fernandez, we've seen him put in some fast laps here today. He's currently running 6th.
Well, speaking of Lopez, our buddy Pat Lopez from OGO, your buddy A-Ray is back down there in about 11th or maybe about 9th right now. So keeping track on A-Ray, Pat, he's in about 9th right now on that Suzuki.
Whoa, that looked like a T1000 shot there for a second. Tony Pasha Pantera. We talked. Now, wasn't that, refresh my memory, wasn't that a KZ1000, a T1000? Remember when T1000 rode that bike up the elevators? It was almost like going up the Glen Helen mountain that we're watching now, except he was actually riding up the steps, chasing down Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah,
on the
Medeiros is getting close.
Oh, here we go.
He's right at that back wheel.
Michael Alessi,
we might see a
that
pass
break,
for the
as
lead.
you said. Look at the rear suspension dancing around. You can see all the bumps, all the ruts that have developed here at Glen Helen. Late in the day, this track is chewed up.
And if you saw race number 1, Medeiros was able to get the start and get out, kind of uncontested. And then Alessi pulled up a little bit, but Brian was able to bring it right back out. So now with this racing action and all this early in the race, he's being able to see where Mike's going. He's being able to make some adjustments. I like watching Brian over this jump because he just throws it sideways. Lots of MXA photo shoots over that jump, that's for sure. So he's got a little bit of track knowledge behind him. He knows where Michael's going, and can he capitalize on riding behind him, or will Mike just have the power and the racecraft to pull away? We don't know, but I know that the entire MXA crew that is trackside right now is pulling for that young man in second place.
Oh, and here comes Medeiros trying to put it on Alessi to the outside. Mr. Whole Shot says no quarter, gives no ground, and he stays on it. Mike Alessi, the veteran, 37 years young, originally from California, has had some great battles here in Glen Helen back in the day.
Oh,
now,
he's looking back.
No.
He's looking over his shoulder.
No. And we have often said we know what that means. Alessi, fistful of throttle. We got a drag race into the finish as we complete lap number 3. Medeiros, Team NXA tries to go around. Here comes Alessi, shutting the door to the inside.
Oh, and he makes
Little
the
bit
pass.
of contact right there. Alessi having a hard time keeping pace. Wow. Unbelievable. Does Alessi have anything? Oh, Alessi's still looking back.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he's got it. I think Brian might have him, but Alessi can't slow down because Sean Collier is right there. Sean,
let's take a look at this. An absolute drag race off the tabletop. One left, one right. Medeiros sets him up. Alessi darts to the inside. Look at this move by Medeiros. Little bit of contact there, but you know what? Just like they said in Days of Thunder, he didn't hit you, he didn't bump you, he rubbed you, and rubbing, son, is racing.
Yeah, that was amazing. I don't think that Mike thought that he was that close and that he was going to be able to go around. I think Mike thought he was going to be able to shut that door, but man, Brian is riding absolutely amazing. Again, running that number 50 for his fiance's father that has recently passed away. So maybe he's got somebody from above looking out for him, guiding him on what he's doing. So yeah, we'll see if Alessi can mount a charge back.
Man, Alessi keeps looking back, though. That's not a good sign. Might just be too much of a workload here this weekend for Mr. Holeshot. Like I said, he's competed twice on the 125, second moto of the day out here on the 450. Unless this astute veteran has a plan. Maybe it's just like in marathon running, maybe hold that gap and then give it a kick at the end.
Well, he might be wanting to see where Brian's going fast. Brian's been able to see where he's going fast, so
look at this, Alessi
he might be able to make some adjustments and come back hard at him. Man, that just looks cool coming over that jump.
Skying it.
Yeah. So,
Man.
But yeah.
Do you fly like that off that?
I definitely do not. I have some of my other test riders when we have to do that jump. That jump is a little. It doesn't look that intimidating on camera, but man, it's definitely intimidating. So is this jump coming back over because it's all blind. You can't see what you're doing, but man, these guys are flying.
What do you think? What do you think is the top speed here at Glen Helen? They hit. If you had to guess, I know last week in the off-road race, the NGPC series that we covered in Laughlin, that's completely different. They were hitting like 90 miles an hour. What do you think's top speed here at Glen Helen?
On the national track, you definitely can't hit that. You might be able to to maybe be in the upper 50s coming down the downhill.
Still so fast.
But I know when they have SRAs here and NGPCs here, I run out of gearing all the time.
Wow.
So you can definitely on those flat drag racing type straights, you can make that. But man, an impressive ride for Sean Collier right here. Coming, usually Sean doesn't get a lot of riding in, but Fast House does have an event happening later on this month. Thanksgiving weekend is Day in the Dirt. Be back out here with the kids for that one, and that's a fun event. That's a 4-day event that's just a blast. It's a moto party basically. But Sean back out here and getting some laps in for that, and looks like he's hanging right there with these guys, and pretty impressive, off the couch and ready to go.
No doubt about it. We'll see if Mr. Holeshot can close in. 5 laps gone, guys. Our final moto of the day here, 2025 41st Annual World Vet Motocross Championship. Hope you have enjoyed every single minute of it as we're live on the MXA YouTube channel. We're live earlier when we're done on Dirt Bike Magazine YouTube, Racing Jack YouTube. There will also be a bonus up on Racing Jack YouTube, so make sure you check that out. And thank all of our great sponsors who make this event happen, and that includes Bud Feldkamp and his team here at Glen Helen as we give you a look right now at the finish line. That's what everybody wants to cross. There's Melissa with the pink hair as she gets a break for now as she awaits Medeiros and Alessi and Sean Collier to come across for lap number 6.
Yeah, and Brian able to keep that gap between him and Mike Alessi. Now, that number 133 right there was our 3rd place finisher in Moto number 1. I don't know where Collier finished in Moto number 1. I know McDonald was right up there. Justin was right up there in the mix. I think he finished 4th or 5th. So, whoa!
That's the 211 out there. Is that the 201 of McDonald?
That's 201 of McDonald and the 133 of Dominique Des Moines. He was the one that I was going to say something about it. The Wii 1. Oh, McDonald almost doubling that.
Wow.
But he has that new track that Mosman was talking about in his backyard. I'm going to kind of get his, maybe get some of his information. If it's a new track in SoCal in somebody's backyard, I want to be riding it.
Here comes McDonald. Old McDonald had a farm. And I'll tell you what, EIO here at Glen Helen, because he
might go to the inside right here.
Here we go. Here comes
and he
the
makes
Honda.
It stick.
Absolutely. The Honda gets around DeSimone, and McDonald on the move once again. Wow.
And that might be, if we work it all out, that might be the pass for 3rd. That might be the podium, because I know McDonald was up there in Moto number 1, and I know Damone was in 3rd.
Let's take another look at this move as McDonald had been lurking, had been stalking, looking for an opportunity. Darts to the inside, grabs a fistful of throttle, then drifts to the outside, uses a lot of Glen Helen real estate, and takes over 4th place here in our final moto of the day. Congratulations to him.
Wow. Yeah, great battles, great instant replay that we got to see there. And like I said, we've seen Justin McDonald in multiple classes here. He was, again, the 40-plus pro winner at this year's event. So he's going to be tired after this moto, that's for sure.
I would say so, 100%.
It looks like Medeiros pulling out, doing kind of the same thing he did in Moto number 1.
Yeah, he's gone now. He's found another gear. Mike Alessi falling back a little bit. As you said before, Alessi's got to watch because Collier on the Yamaha out of California keeps creeping up on him. But, man, Medeiros is just gone. He's on the next level. Is Medeiros the fastest guy on the property here today?
You know what? He's definitely the fastest guy when it comes to the 30 class, and I don't see anybody being any faster than him, except for maybe somebody in a plus 25 expert class. I know Mosman's racing some other classes, so maybe a little bit faster, but he's stretching it out. The MXA wrecking crew has got to be happy about this. Throw an orange helmet on this guy and let him go for it. And he is here doing lots of testing with those guys. I believe this is one of their test bikes as well. But, man, he looks like he's on rails right now.
Yes, he is. Boffo performance, smooth. He's got the bike dialed. His conditioning is on point, and he has had a day to remember here at Glen Helen at the 41st Annual W World Bet Motocross Championships. We still got a few laps left to go. Let's see what Mr. Holshot can do. Mike Alessi, as he told us, lots of racing trips planned for him. He's got nothing to hang his head about. And you know what? Hey, let's not count any chickens before they hatch here. That this Glen Helen track, especially this time of day, can cause some problems if Medeiros makes one mistake. Mike Alessi is right there.
Yeah, there's always a chance that the Glen Helen racetrack will jump up and bite you. Just when you think you got it figured out, you end up on your head and you're wondering what happened. But, yeah, impressive ride, too, from the number 207, Sean Collier right here. Just looks at home going this speed, and the speed is pretty darn fast.
The 207 Yamaha looking to finish on top of the box, but coming quickly behind him is McDonald. Melissa puts up 2 fingers to go. As we listen to these 4 strokes rip through this finish line jump. One thing I kind of like about Glen Helen, too, and maybe it's like a payback to the riders because this place is so brutal, all the landings here are pretty neutral. There's no, like, triples to clear or anything like that. Jumps are pretty safe, right?
Yeah, it's pretty good like that year-round. And then Dennis Stapleton, who designed this track with Jody Weisel, they kind of take it to the next level. They make it to where it is a lot more forgiving. It's a lot more vet-friendly, as they would say, to where there isn't that stuff to where you have to get over those triples. Yeah, if you want to go big, you want to come into that rhythm section or whatever that they have coming out of the back, you can do that if you want to. But they do make a lot of stuff to where it jumps off into whether or not you want to, how far you want to send it. So lots of thought going into that. But, man, Justin McDonald was able to drop our 5th place rider, Dominique, and kind of head after Sean Collier. Pretty impressed by that because, like I said, he should be getting pretty tired. He's been on track a lot of motos starting on, Thursday with practice. But, man, he's been on track doing 125 races and then big races and then the World Cup races and all that kind of stuff. So definitely getting his money's worth.
No doubt about it. Sean Collier hanging on to a top 3 right now. You're taking a look at Justin McDonald. I don't know. What do you think, Mark? Is that Honda going to chase down your boy on the Yamaha? That gap is getting shorter and shorter. Clearly, McDonald wants a podium finish here.
Yeah, and he's definitely got the drive and the talent to do it. We'll see what kind of answer.
Look at that front end shaking around, too. That's all the braking bumps and acceleration bumps.
That track is rough right now. I definitely will be willing to bet that these guys aren't going to come off the track and talk about fun.
You know what? And if I could speak to all my racers who have never been here and my East Coast racers, here's what I can tell you that's different about Glen Helen. I'm used to a lot of these East Coast tracks have soft soil that you could it look like farmland. This is like a big piece of rock. I mean, there's some dirt out there, but it is so hard underneath. And there's so many sharp edges. It's a mountain. It's a racetrack on a mountain.
Exactly. Yeah, it's definitely like nothing else, and it's a fun place to ride at times. When you're riding on it like this, it's kind of just survive it and get through it. And then you come down into this area, and this is a wash that runs through there. So there's lots of braking bumps, lots of acceleration bumps. It's more of a sandy base, and then you get back out into the hard terrain. So last lap coming out.
Here we go. Melissa, the pink hair and the white flag waves. Medeiros, 1 lap away from a magnificent performance here at Rough and Tumble. Glen Helen, we'll see if he can do it. Mark, you would love some of these tracks back east. Another track on a mountain, Mount Morris High Point Raceway. The soil's so soft there, by the end of the day, there's like 8 feet tall ruts. That's what it seems like. You know what I mean?
I loved Unadilla.
Oh, Unadilla, same way.
I love Unadilla.
This place is just, you can't dig down too deep. It's rock. It's hard packed. I told you, thanks to you, when you invited me that day, I climbed by foot up to the top of Mount St. Glen Helen, and I slid almost the whole way down. It was hard to walk down it.
It's pretty. It's deceiving on exactly how rough and how steep a lot of this stuff is. But, man, I'm so impressed with this young man. Brian Medeiros, just turning 30, I think, this year, and this is his first shot at it. And then look at McDonald.
Oh,
McDonald is not letting Collier get away.
McDonald chasing down the Yamaha. Can he find a way around him? Fistful of throttle for that
He's gonna
Honda.
make
Top
it.
of South St. Glen Helen. The Honda into podium position. Look at that on top of the hill. That separates the men from the boys, that view as well. We got to take another look at this as that incredible Honda motors right on past the Yamaha. McDonald has been looking for an opportunity to pass. He finds
saw
it
there
here.
and grabbed a fistful of throttle.
Honda horsepower for the lead. Now look at this. This is really a pucker moment if you ask me. Straight up a hill, wide open, blind corner, and just mashes the gas. Catches a little air. One of the reasons why Glen Helen Raceway is so imposing, so rough and tumble. Just a few more turns to go before we bring it home. As you look at the gap, I don't think Alessi's got enough time here as Medeiros continues
and that's
to lead.
McDonald. It looks like he's catching Alessi.
Oh my God, McDonald, he's not done yet. McDonald, something has gotten into him here on this last lap. He's got a bee in his bonnet. He is on the gas as Medeiros continues to roll around this racetrack. Team Green Kawasaki looking to take the win here at the 41st Annual World Vet Motocross Championships. Those pits still packed, 1,400 some racers and a lot of families, a lot of wives, girlfriends, aunts, uncles, teammates, jam-packing this great motocross facility all weekend. A true family event. It's like a family reunion every time we come here. Gotta love it. Medeiros about ready to celebrate with his family because he's coming through Budds Creek right now. One more turn to go after this, and Medeiros for the entire motocross action team, making his good buddy Jody Weisel and Daryl Eklund oh so proud. Say hello to Motocross Action's winning rider. Does it on their own channel. Brian Medeiros coming home second. The one and only Mike Alessi, great job. And Justin McDonald. I'll tell you, if this was a 20-lap race, my money's on
He might have been able to have it.
because he was getting faster as time went on. Wow, what a race that was, Mark. What an event this has been. What a show this has been. This has been so much fun. Thank you to all these great sponsors, Bud Feldkamp, and all of our great viewers out there. You guys are so awesome. We're not done yet. We're going to talk to our podium finishers. We're going to do some math, make sure we got the overall right. It'll be easy with Medeiros. I think we can do a 1-1 in our head. We know where that's going.
We know where Alessi's going.
Alessi's a 2-2.
And now this guy, 133, Dominic Desmond, was the third place finisher in race number 1.
Did Desmond do enough to stay on the box, or did McDonald edge him out, or Collier? I mean, where's Collier?
Yeah,
finished fourth?
it's definitely lots
We'll have
of
to see. Maybe Tia can give
lots
us
of math way above my pay grade. That's
Do
for
we
sure.
have the 30 plus one of our many sheets in front of us? I don't know. We'd have to
I don't
get
think
the.
we
It's
have the
been too
results.
much to recall from memory for us to. We don't want to report anything unofficial here, but we do know it's looking like Medeiros and Alessi. The question is, who will be third? That's what they're. I'm sure they're figuring out right now.
I believe McDonald finished 4th in Moto number 1.
And okay, and here's your official, unofficial results for the IWC Motorsports Tire Pros. Brian Medeiros coming home.
I think
Mike Alessi,
Justin McDonald.
Sean Carr. Oh, and we are hearing from Tia is as fast at results as these guys are at racing.
That's why she makes a big buck.
We're hearing Medeiros, Alessi, and your boy, Old McDonald had a farm, gets on top of the box, E-I-E-I-O. That means that last-minute pass that we saw, and we saw a replay of, that's what made the difference. I think Collier would have been third.
Would have been the
otherwise.
difference.
Wow. What a never-give-up attitude. Congratulations to him as we continue to bring finishers in. We will sort it all out when we return. Stay with us, guys. 41st Annual World Vet Motocross Championships will be back from Glen Helen Raceway. The 41st W World Vet Motocross Championship, brought to you by Seedy, Shoei, and by Temecula Motorsports. Train keep a rolling all night long. That's Meridos' song because he was the train that nobody could stop here at the World Vet Motocross Nationals from San Bernardino, California. Legendary Glen Helen Raceway. What an awesome event it has been. What great racing we saw. This event certainly lived up to its hype. And at this time, Josh Mosman's actually getting ready for his race, so we're going to send it down to one of our other legendary announcers, the one and only CJ, Chris Johnson. He's got our podium finishers. Let's send it down to CJ.
I'm here with the 2025 41st Annual W World Veteran Motocross Champion, crowning in the 30-plus class, 30-plus pro, Brian Medeiros. What a fantastic performance, my man. How you doing?
Oh, that was an awesome race. I knew Mike got off to a great start, and I'm like, man, here's that Mike Alessi speed. So luckily I was able to catch a tow with him, and I knew if I could stay with him about 4 or 5 laps that he would start fading a bit. I know he was just coming off of injury, but yeah, it was nice to get out, learn his pace. That's for sure probably the fastest I've ever ridden in my life. So it was good to go that pace and feel comfortable at that pace. My Kawasaki is unreal. XPR motor, ECU is so good. My E-Colu suspension worked amazing. I could just pin it down the hills. It was awesome. So, yeah, so good. So good.
That was such a badass pass on the outside. You were holding it wide open. You could and Mike Alessi going through there is no slouch, that's for sure. I don't know where you got that speed from.
Yeah, that was one of the scariest passes. I knew I pulled up alongside of him, and Mike could have did me dirty and put me in the cheap seats, but he raced me clean, so much respect for Mike for that. And, yeah, once I got that pass, tried to link a couple laps together, and then emotion started setting in, and overthinking, and I'm like, well, just like the first moto, what would Josh Mosman do? So I started riding some Josh Mosman lines, and it worked.
Smooth as fast, right?
Yeah, smooth as fast, up a gear, and then just be very patient with that scoop tire. It's really good on the start, but back canyon, it's getting a little bit squirrely. So just be really patient through there, and yeah, have a good time.
You showed your colors, man. That was an outstanding ride. Thank everybody that helped you.
Yeah, thank you very much to Motocross Action Magazine for always believing in me, giving me bikes to ride. Jody, Sally, Josh, Trevor, all the Joshes, everybody works so hard at the magazine. And to win the World Vet with an orange helmet means a lot, and it means a lot to me. And I know I got a lot of people watching back home, and a lot of the kids coming back to race. So come on, boys. The old man still got it.
Nicely done. Brian Medeiros, our newly crowned 41st Annual W World Veteran 30-plus Pro Champion. Back to you there.
All right, thank you so much, CJ, and congratulations to our big winner today, Medeiros, who has been so tough to stop. Got to be one of the fastest guys, if not the fastest guy on the property here today. So impressive. What an impressive performance for the MXA team.
Yeah, no, it's he definitely did the MXA Wrecking Crew proud. Having him out there and in that orange helmet and making those moves that he was making, and it's a great thing. And you can see choking back the emotion in doing that, because it's to win one of these W World Vet Championships is like he said, you definitely dream about that kind of stuff. So sounds like we have Mike Alessi on the podium with Chris Johnson. So let's go back down to Chris Johnson and Mike Alessi on the podium.
Chris here right now with a longtime friend. I've known this guy since his dad was in high school. Mike Alessi, so many times here for the World Vet. You had to play second fiddle to Brian Medeiros today. You guys had a great battle going back and forth for quite a few laps, but you just not quite up to speed today, huh?
Yeah, he was riding. He was riding good for sure.
Anyway, what kind of start did you get?
Second place, but I was battling Brian into that second turn. I kind of just took the lead and led, I think, 3 or maybe 4 laps, and then just my body was just locking up. I think I'm coming down with a sickness, or I'm about to get sick. So I don't know. It's no excuses. Just second place. I just wasn't the best today.
Wasn't your best day, but still second place in this group. This whole field is so gnarly on top of that.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for coming out.
And Mike, want to thank anybody real quick?
Just Moto Concepts, my mechanic, and just all the fans for coming out. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mike Alessi, second on the box.
Thank you very much, CJ, and congratulations, Mr. Holshot, as we continue to wrap up what has been just a totally awesome event here at Glen Helen. What a hard-fought moto that we watched there moments ago. 30-plus Pro Moto 2. Absolutely awesome. I do believe CJ is standing by with the man who was able to sneak into podium position. Let's send it down to CJ.
Getting to make this a habit all weekend long. Justin McDonald, third on the box for the overall. You've had a wonderful weekend, haven't you?
Yeah, no, I've had a pretty jam-packed full weekend of motocross fun. So this one here, we weren't really going to do the 30 Pro class, and then decided this morning that my mate Tom, who come over to Spanner for me, he went in and signed me up, come back and said, you're in. So it wasn't on the agenda, but it was awesome to ride. I loved riding with the boys, and just pumped that Brian got the win, man. He deserves it so bad, and it was unreal. Loved it.
And the whole class that you raced with in this 30-plus, every single one of them was gnarly.
Yeah, no, they are. I mean, that's the fun part about riding, right? You come off the gate, you need a good start, you need a good, clean first lap, then you've got to make you've got to stay survival till the middle, and then all of a sudden you can sort of grind in and get that sort of low grit going and push to the end. So no, I feel like I did that, and I just loved it. It was cool.
You did outstanding. We've had a lot of fun, a lot of great interviews on top of that. And congratulations, Justin. You want to thank everybody?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my mum and dad, my kids, everyone that makes it happen. Tom for coming over, the Bill family for letting me stay, Factor Road Bikes, 100%, Alpine Stars, Fox Gear. There's plenty more. It takes a real family to make this happen, and I just love every bit. So thank you very much, and cheers for watching.
Justin McDonald, third on the box here in the 2025 41st Annual W World Championship Veteran Motocross Race. Good deal, man.
Woo! See you next year.
Right on. Thank you very much.
Big congratulations to him. What an awesome performance. What an awesome live stream. What an awesome show. Again, I want to run through our live stream sponsors one more time. Big thank you goes to W Arc Levers, ASV Inventions, CC Motorsports, Fun Bike Center, IWC Motorsports Tire Pros, RD Suspension, CD, Shoei, Temecula Motorsports, Pro Circuit, Yamaha, and Pasha Racing. Bud Feldkamp here at Glen Helen. He's the one that makes it happen. Mark, I want to thank you. Guys, give him some love. Make sure you support Dirt Bike Magazine. Broke 8 ribs last week, and he's in here playing hurt, giving us his expert commentary. So, Mark, thanks a lot, man. Final thoughts here on the W World Vets.
Oh, bigger, better than last year. Live stream coming at us, making it to where the passes and the replays, everything better this year. We did what you guys said. We got more just live racing coverage. Think that it was actually a lot more fun to do in general, and I look forward to next year. If there's something you guys want to see, something that we didn't do that maybe you want us to do, put it in the comments. We watch these comments, and we make it to where we want to give you guys what you want to have, and I'm looking forward to next year already.
Amen. Well, our goal for next year is we got to put together a strong USA team. Come on, let's get to work. Want to let you know a Josh Mosman Moto will be coming up on Racing Jack YouTube too, so stay tuned for that. Big thanks to Lori Wilson, Tia, the entire team here. Big thanks to James Bertok, Aaron Kennard, Trevor Hawken, Kelly McGuire, Ross Fitz, Gio, Max on the drone, the entire team. And before we go, one more shout out to our lost legend, Chad Tucker, who is looking down from up above, the great man that we lost here at Glen Helen. I know he's smiling on this event. He's the one that was behind the live stream, and he was a firm believer in it. Thank you so much, everybody. God bless you. He's Mark Tilley. I'm Jack Corpella. We'll see you later from the 41st Annual World Vet Motocross Championships. We'll have more coming up on Racing Jack YouTube. Thanks so much for joining us here at Glen Helen Raceway.